Hey, welcome to Big Red Cobcast.
Do we have any volume?
I'm Ryan.
Is anything coming through? Are you recording?
Yeah, he's got it.
He's got
There
it
we go.
There it is.
He already mentioned his name. I'm Pat.
I'm Joe.
This is our bonus episode, guys.
So you already know who we are, probably.
We get to do a Nebraska win under Scott Frost today.
The first Nebraska win under Scott Frost.
Yeah.
The first of many.
Ooh, I like number 7's hair there. Dude looks like one of the cooler Husker fans in the stadium. The guy next to him looked like a giant dork.
The guy in the corn.
When Pat starts calling you a giant dork, you know you have made wrong decisions.
Pete dorkdom.
Can we get a bigger image of that?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
We are watching on a 32-inch monitor, but the game itself is on a 3.2-inch portion of the screen.
It's a windy looking game there. I didn't remember that.
Yeah, it is windy from what I can see on the little thumbnail we're looking at right now. There we go. Now it's centered in the screen. So I hope you're watching on a full screen.
There we go.
Oh, it's so much different now. Now we're watching the tunnel walk. You are
The
too.
tunnel walk's cool now, man. I like the fact that it feels like they're at a Pitbull concert.
Wasn't it always cool?
I like that
this
they went
is updated,
back.
right?
They went back to Sirius after they tried it a few times, and they're like, well, we're not winning. I think was this the game that they brought Sirius back?
What's serious? The
song. Yeah, the Bulls song.
Yeah, the Alan Parsons Project song.
Not the Twilight song. That's Jeopardy.
That is Jeopardy.
That's serious.
Should we come out to that?
Yeah.
So I gotta ask, you guys would know, these folks here on the sideline, are these special tickets that people
You can go
buy?
down there.
You just go down there.
Oh, you can just walk down there.
You just wait. You just got to get there
Real early and wait to see.
Not real early, but earlier.
Okay, I didn't know. Ooh, I don't
at
think
that.
I've watched it to this extent
Well, we
before.
didn't get to see a lot of the tunnel walks this year because the broadcasts didn't get there in time for it.
Well, I'm glad we're getting to see this one.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of this game I didn't get to see because I had to go to a wedding that day.
Oh, yes. Oh, I watched this whole game, and
They actually literally carry out an oar?
Oh, sure. Row the boat, fellas.
Oh, this is the week that we got in trouble on Twitter because we said rowing the boat's dumb, and they're like, you hate sick kids.
Yeah.
We should have mentioned this guy's ear a little bit more. That ear is out there. Look
Chicken
at that.
Laurinaitis. His dad was a professional wrestler.
Well, looks like somebody tried to make him into Dumbo there. Look at that ear.
That's an impressive ear when
It's
he turns.
not so much that it's how far out it goes.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I want to see if the other ear.
Yes,
Yeah.
Kevin Kugler's ear game is on point.
absolutely. Do you think Laurinaitis used to pull his helmet down and the ear would be bent underneath it or something? I feel like that you did something wrong to get your ear out that far. What do I know?
Look at that.
Oh.
Comparing Adrian Martinez to the eventual
Heisman
Heisman
Trophy
winner.
And first round washout for the A's.
Here's hoping when Taylor Martinez wins the Heisman Trophy, no one pulls up any bad tweets from him.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
That's very true.
I have a feeling that there's probably, I mean, I guarantee they've already started, but I bet you it's going to start getting even more like micromanaged, the social media aspect of players.
Sure.
It was even
like
when I
before
was
you come
working
into
in college
school,
sports.
But it's not like micromanaged, like they wouldn't start going with you through your tweets
Right.
and being like, delete this one.
They're
going to
scrub your tweets, exactly.
They're going to start doing that.
I agree. I agree with you, man.
I
imagine some coaches, it's almost probably part of their recruiting process. Like
They
this guy's
look
got
at
some-
it.
Yeah, but
Yes.
they probably only go back so far. They're going to start going back to when they're like 10.
Well, that's
Well,
you couldn't do that until a few years ago.
Right.
There's a search function to find them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can find any date. You can
On Twitter?
you can search for certain words. There's an advanced search.
Whew. I'm out of it. I don't know. Look at this guy. Is he?
Man,
did
I'm
they
going to
make a
start
ball?
searching for every other competing podcast.
No, you don't want them to start searching us.
Search BJ Fleck.
Is he? Did they make a bowl? They didn't, right?
They did. No, they did.
They did.
Yeah. Well, they
6-6.
They might have been 7-5.
Really?
They were gonna, as long as they got to 5 wins, they were gonna be ahead of us anyway because they were ahead of us on the academic progress report.
Okay.
But they had a much weaker non-conference schedule.
Well, what was their record at this point?
They did crush Wisconsin at the end of the year.
Neither team has won.
Yeah, Wisconsin fell apart. Wisconsin absolutely fell apart.
Oh, that's good news.
I think the Paul Christ house of cards is about to come down.
Yeah.
You think so?
He was terrible at Pitt.
Yeah. So what do you think he was using Anderson's players? I mean, you think Barry Alvarez is the Barry Alvarez?
He's
What
getting
about
old.
him?
He's gonna.
We need
you
if
think
Moose
for the
retires.
Oh well, Barry Alvarez isn't any younger.
No, he's
Yeah,
gonna.
but wouldn't he want to finish out at Nebraska?
No, he's gonna coach
No, he
Snyder.
built Wisconsin.
He's gonna
Yeah.
coach Snyder, Wisconsin. He's gonna run that football program so far into the ground before he retires.
Well, Alvarez has been what's kept it alive though.
Right, but he's gonna get old.
Yeah.
He's gonna start like forgetting people's names, but they're gonna prop him up.
Do you think he's going to make himself the coach?
Maybe.
I mean, he's done it before when
I know.
when guys have
well,
left.
the players asked him to.
Yeah. Yeah, he probably wouldn't come. You're right. What about
Well, Minnesota
Condoleezza?
was 6-6.
Condoleezza Rice?
I don't know. What, she got Bagman?
Condoleezza Rice didn't need bagmen.
She's a big
She had-
Stanford fan.
She had put you in a bagman. Wasn't she the? Was she? What was she the?
I'd rather have players play because they're getting paid than paid because they're
Minnesota
afraid
players
of
are
dying.
already hurt.
Oh, it's trying to stop the clock. Trying to stop the momentum.
He knew Ziggy was about to run wild over him. Now, because Ziggy had.
Is that your brother Mike?
The cough?
No, did someone come in?
I didn't hear anybody.
Mike Canale is going to be joining us really soon.
Well, if somebody sneaks into your house now,
Yeah.
I feel like he would have let us know.
Because he's going to join us here very shortly.
Or so he says.
Here's how you know
No, the dog would bark.
all the PJ Fleck stuff is like super blowhardy because like my wife was like, why do they all just have Minnesota on the backs of their jerseys? And I'm like, well, I guess to show that team is bigger than individual. She's like, that's dumb. And I was like, okay, cool. The hot take on Minnesota uniforms indicates, I think, that all the PJ Fleck stuff is dumb too.
Yeah, it might as well say PJ Fleck on the back.
Yeah.
I think they should all say nothing on the back. And they should be like...
The word nothing?
No.
That would be good, though. If everything just said nothing.
And they should all have the number 0.
They're all nihilists. We play hard because it does not matter if we die on the field.
Just a depiction of a black hole on the back of their jerseys.
Everything is available for him. Run past the whole thing. So Zigbo in motion.
Oh, Ziggy.
But it ends up being Martinez.
Nice.
A healthy Martinez is great.
Yeah. A healthy Ziggy was great.
A used Ziggy was great.
Yeah. That's right. This is when was this his big kind of
No, it was like the 4th game,
or
wasn't it?
two
Purdue
before.
was when he really started to break out, yeah.
Cade. Now, what kind of
That's also, the Purdue game's also where Cade broke out. What was that?
what do you think about Cade Warner? Has he got Jordan Westerkamp type? Now, Westerkamp was a 4-star, actually.
Yeah, Westerkamp is a
That is
better
Chicago.
athlete,
Yeah.
but I think Cade Warner's a very good football player.
Yeah.
I think he also would have had more offers had his dad not been a multimillionaire. And everybody
Right,
knew it.
I think that's probably right.
Really?
Yeah, why would you get that guy when you can just convince him to come to the school and...
I guess,
for
but I
it.
feel like walking on in Nebraska as a wide receiver is not. Although Riley at the time was, I mean, Riley's produced some good wide receivers.
Yeah, and a couple of them have been walk-ons, because Brandon Riley was a walk-on.
Yep. Now, but at Oregon State, was Steve Smith under Riley? Do you know Steve Smith? And
Damn, that is some wind.
yeah, Steve Smith and who's the guy who's a great Bengals receiver? Chad Johnson.
Yeah,
They played at the same community college together.
and then ended up playing under Dennis Erickson.
Uh-oh, Ziggy's
Ziggy.
gone.
Ziggy, go, Ziggy, go.
Man.
Now, was this... we'll get to the
Home
rest of this
run
game
threat.
later on. I know.
Divina Zigbo.
You wouldn't have thought it.
I like the two-hand toss back to the ref there.
Man, I wish I had the brain of Scott Frost just to see how he decided how Because I feel like what he does is he picks a player and he's like, I want to get that guy out of position and get this guy there alone with him out of position.
Oh, the
You know,
matchups
the
on
defense- the
offense?
defense-
And then I feel like he sets up plays to like get him to think this. It's like say coast 50 times. What comes out of a toaster? Oh wait, what do you put in a toaster?
Coast. What?
No, everybody always says toast, but you put bread in a toaster.
Oh, I put coast.
But you see what I'm saying? Like I feel like he does that where it's like
Well,
gets
yes,
you to
that's
think.
it. Well, that's the whole point of play action and the whole point of the run-pass option. You keep running that thing, and that's what's so important for Nebraska about these running backs in the duck R position.
Hang on. What's this hammock shot?
And does the back of her thing say hashtag on it?
I think it does.
See, if you spell out hashtag, doesn't that ruin the point? I don't know. Like, was
Hey,
that
look,
hashtag?
the student
hashtag?
section's full.
How
That didn't
about
happen.
it?
That didn't happen every game this year.
And this is for a winless team.
The student section was the only part where it seemed like people were missing this year. The rest of the stadium was full all year.
But, I mean, it's still amazing. What's Nebraska at this point? 0-5? 0-4? 0-5, I think.
They might have been 0-6. 0-6.
We started out 0-6. Yeah.
Because,
Yeah, right, because we went 4-2 after that. I mean,
And
this whole
both of those
offense-
two were very close.
yes. So, like the Spielman Duck R position and Wandell Robinson, you're talking about those matchups, Ryan. That's exactly what they want. They want to fake a handoff to Wandell Robinson coming across, and now he's got a linebacker who has to stay on him for a wheel route, and he's 20 yards ahead of the guy down the field. Is my hope of what will happen a lot.
Right.
this was a game before Minnesota found they had a quarterback who could actually play quarterback.
It wasn't this guy.
Right.
Didn't the other guy come in later?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if that's the guy who ended up being their true guy at the end of the day. But yeah, Adekstad was a walk-on true freshman from IMG. And it's like, you're going walk-on true freshman? I felt bad that we were trotting out Andrew Bunch after the injury to Adrian Martinez, but like this is the guy you've chosen to
Yeah,
start.
there's been no injury, and this is, that is crazy. Well, IMG, he was probably skilled at least. But
Yeah.
what are you doing walking on at Minnesota? Well, obviously the guy's starting.
He knew what he was doing.
Yes.
I'm not sure PJ Fleck did.
Right, exactly.
He's concerned with getting his own branding on the helmet with
Yes.
that oar.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Because that's not a Minnesota thing. That's
No.
a PJ Fleck thing. Changing the uniform.
Wait, is
to
the oar
reflect
on
the-
their helmet there?
Yeah.
No, but it's it's not that much different than K-Dubs with the Guerrilla whiteouts.
But they weren't putting it on the uniform.
No.
though.
No, but if he was a head coach, he would. He'd be
Maybe.
trying to.
That's just a
Maybe.
position group.
Yeah, this is like taking. Now, do they give you oars like the Buckeyes or something like that?
No,
or you
it's
just get one?
Instead of the red stripe, it's that
Oh,
oar
I
going
see.
down the middle.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's no need for that.
And all the helmets say row.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if that was a part of Minnesota before he got there, that'd be kind of cool.
Yes.
But it's just
No,
like,
yeah.
narcissistic.
Well, it's unique to him.
Yeah.
Like, if he leaves, that helmet has to change.
Yeah. Because he wanted to.
Imagine him trying to do that to the Nebraska helmet and put an oar on it. Forget it.
Western Michigan didn't want him to take it, but he's like, no, it's mine. I trademark it.
Oh, really? Bless
Yeah.
you. So they wanted to keep it as a program thing.
Well, so there've been a couple other situations like that I can think of. So when Andy Enfield left Florida Gulf Coast to go to USC basketball,
Yeah.
Florida Gulf Coast was Dunk City, and they fought to keep Dunk City at Florida Gulf Coast.
Right.
So Andy Enfield couldn't take that with him, but Shaka Smart, when he was coaching VCU,
Yeah.
he wanted to take Havoc with him to Texas, and he did take it. And then because VCU was like, fine, sure, whatever,
Yeah,
I
go
don't
ahead.
care.
We'll beat you last week, which they did. VCU
did,
beat
yeah.
Texas in Texas, right?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Texas beat them in Richmond. So VCU does a thing. I think it's an amazing thing, like for speaking of, like mid-major coaches leaving, because PJ Fleck left Western Michigan for Minnesota. So VCU, anytime a coach gets pulled away by another school, not only does that other school owe them a buyout, they owe them a home and home.
Oh.
They could technically get out of it, but like with a really, really large buyout. So they've gotten home and homes with like Oklahoma and Texas and Alabama.
Very interesting.
It's a clever move.
It is. That's a very smart move. And that, that way you avoid those situations like we were talking about with Florida and UCF where...
Can you imagine if we, to get Scott Frost, then owed UCF a home and home?
Right. Smart.
Yeah.
We'd have done it in a second.
We'd have probably done what some other teams have done with the VCU contract and tried to kick it down the road a few years.
Yes, right. So it's not right. Yes.
Because we would have gotten our asses kicked if it had been the beginning of the year.
And in football, you can't always schedule that short notice.
No.
That's the advantage in that regard.
You can't even really with basketball because it's been a few years since Shaka Smart left VCU.
True that. What's going on in this game, Ryan?
Minnesota's losing.
Nice.
Yeah, dude. Minnesota sucks.
Yeah.
They took it to Wisconsin at the end of the year, though.
6'9", 400 pounds.
Whoa,
From Australia.
How much? That guy is made out of Vegemite.
Made out of Vegemite.
6'9", 400 pounds. You know,
look at that knee brace. His leg is as big as me.
That's two knee braces
That's
taped
one
together.
and a half a Joe.
No. It's 2.5 for me. Get down.
Get down.
Why do refs have to wear those hats?
Which ones?
The white
The
ones?
stupid hats.
Well,
to
different hats
differentiate.
Yeah, different hats.
Why can't they just all be black and white? Why do they gotta have stripes?
I think it's like Pat said.
Well, it's one stays in the stripe motif like the shirt, but then the white hat is the
Yeah, because
actual.
that's what everybody
Yeah.
always is like. You know what we need? Way more stripes.
But
Well,
then the white hat is for the actual referee, who's the head of the crew.
Right.
And then
And stripes are slimming. And refs are fat.
No, not vertical stripes.
Yeah, vertical stripes are
Yeah.
the slimming ones. By the
have
way,
you
I was
been-
just watching the umpire there.
Oh
He
yeah, I'm
almost
sorry,
got run
horizontal,
over.
Yes.
not horizontal stripes.
No. That's why you look so wide, because of all those horizontal striped shirts you wear.
I don't look.
Why does Zach Anistad have two undershirts, by the way? That's been bothering me.
He has an undershirt.
He's got the Under Armour thing tight to his arm, and then he's got like the flappy sort of Dan Marino type
Underneath
shirt.
that, right?
Yeah, and then the tight jersey again.
Yeah, he's layering. Layers are important. So Dedrick Young, drafted or not?
No,
Like 5th all-time tackles in Nebraska history.
Yeah,
means nothing.
that's because our offense couldn't do anything for.
Oh, no.
I didn't remember this.
Are we going to lose? Holding.
Oh yeah. Oh, I do remember this because
And it turns into a missed field goal, right?
Yeah.
it's the first offensive holding call
Against us in a million
against
years.
the Nebraska opponent
And they'll actually show that
Yep.
stat in a minute.
since 1947, I
Because we
believe.
tweeted it, and it was one of our most popular tweets ever, I believe.
The UN Tweety both
First
tweeted it.
holding penalty called on Nebraska conference opponent on past plays in 21 games.
There's a lot of qualifiers to that
21.
sentence, though.
But
I will
still,
admit that.
But it still says, first holding, conference holding call on a passing play. That means for 21 games,
That means
that
for
was a
over
takedown.
2 full seasons.
Well, that's
Almost 3 seasons at this point.
that. Yeah, when you think of 9 and at one point 8 conference games, because I think
And what game is this? This was our 2nd or 3rd conference game. We played Purdue.
Purdue, Wisconsin,
And
Northwestern.
Minnesota. Right. So this was our 4th. So yeah, we'd play. Yeah, about 3 seasons.
Thanks,
So-
Bo. I mean,
Yeah.
I realize he wasn't necessarily.
No, but you
But
could
he set the
basically
table.
say
Nice catch.
So Riley probably got like one of those calls in his career at Nebraska.
Someone knocking on the door?
Yeah, I'll check. You guys stay there.
Have you paid? Or is Joe going to be on the hook?
I paid.
Cool. I'll Venmo you.
Okay.
Hits him right in the face mask. As you said, when you watch film of Minnesota, he's a guy that continually shows up on those slant routes. Surprised that the Nebraska defenders so far have let him inside, because I think that's where Zach Annexstad succeeds the most. Second down and 20.
I totally forgot that was a scoring play that was wiped away on that holding call.
Yeah, I did too.
No pizza?
No pizza. No brother.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that something would show up here.
Keep forgetting. Is that? Oh, do you have that bell thing, the ring thing?
Yay or nay on PJ Fleck's Nike bright yellow top?
Yay.
I agree. I don't like much PJ Fleck, but
He can dress well.
it's a
He stands
pretty
out.
cool top. My dad didn't like it. I remember that.
No, that's good. It's the school colors.
I mean, I'm
It's
not.
in
I'm talking
contrast.
totally on just the way the shirt looks. I don't. Nothing else. Like, yeah, you probably shouldn't do your best to stand. I mean, maybe.
Well, actually,
Oh yeah.
coaches will wear different things because you want them to stand. You want
Right.
someone to be immediately identifiable.
Right, but I feel like his is a little bit overboard because he wants to make sure everybody in TV land can also spot him immediately.
Ah, TV Land, great network.
You a big fan of Hot in Cleveland?
Oh, I'm everything that's hot in Cleveland.
Dude, that new show on Netflix with Tracy Morgan.
What? Did you almost say?
Tracy Lawrence?
Oh, I thought you almost said Tracy Lords.
No.
And I was going to say, if you mix up Tracy Lords and Tracy,
I'm pretty sure Tracy Lawrence is a country singer.
and I'm pretty sure who Tracy Lords is.
So Tracy Morgan show.
On Netflix is one of the funniest shows I've seen in a while.
Yeah?
He's the kind of guy that he can just say something and make you laugh.
True.
Like, he could just be like, elephant, and it's just like the funniest thing you've ever heard.
That's the second Tracy Morgan impression you've done today,
That's
by the way.
true.
The other one was really good, though.
Well, at least you're acknowledging this one wasn't.
Yeah, this one wasn't. I'm gonna get you pregnant.
Man, they
Wow.
are killing it with these.
Look at this. Cutaways.
these
Oh, I thought you guys were talking about my impersonation.
No, I'm talking about, I want to go to the University of Nebraska now.
we had girl in hammock with hashtag notebook and
Yeah.
guy on wobbly balance beam.
Annoying magician kind of
Yes.
guy.
Annoying. You don't have to say annoying magician guy. Just say magician guy.
You ever done a comedy show with a magician?
My brother-in-law's
yes.
a comedian magician.
Really?
I did a stand-up show on a boat in Philadelphia where one of the fellow comedians was a magician, and also the guy who booked me and didn't tell me that it was for a church group. So that was awkward
Unpleasant?
and fun, and you can't run away from a comedy show on a boat
No.
once you're on the boat.
That's right. Well, actually, I met a number of magicians when I worked on a cruise ship.
I want to say
Go ahead.
this. This reminds me. This guy probably actually is hurt, but hearing what Urban Meyer used to do when guys would get popped for steroids and drugs at Florida and suspended, instead of having them walk out in Jersey and people wonder, oh, why is he not playing today? He'd give them walking boots, so people would just assume they were injured.
Wow. So they
Man,
often have walking boots for no reason.
Yeah. By the way, I thought we'd be done with players running short of the sticks once the Riley era was done. We just always do that, apparently.
Yeah. That's what happens when you haven't been a passing program for 100 years.
Yeah.
Those things take a while to iron out. That's
I didn't realize that our history affected kids in junior high.
Oh, it does.
You'd be surprised.
Absolutely. So Urban Meyer is just. But I mean,
He's worse than PJ Fleck.
Every new piece of information we will find out for the rest of his life will be detrimental to him. Will not be good
Until he gets
all
that-
the good news. All the good news is done with him.
But then he'll still probably wind up at USC next year.
You think so? Year after.
Well,
Notre
depends
Dame.
on how long Clay Helton survives. That was a bad throw, but a hell of a catch. I mean, there weren't many places he could put it, but it looked wobbly.
What a catch and what a throw. Annexstad sees his guy.
Yeah, I guess he did have to go high.
Standout right there to go up for it. Great body control.
I'm excited for Lamar Jackson next year.
As he hits the ground and holds on to that one.
Feels like the light came on.
I'm sorry, say again?
I'm excited for Lamar Jackson next year. It
Oh,
feels like
yes.
the light came on.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Aaron Williams. Not a lot of great moments this year.
No. He will probably end up, undrafted free agent. Right? Is he a senior? He
Yeah.
graduates, yeah?
Josh Kalu is now on the active roster with the Titans.
Good. Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Nicely done by number 24, Williams.
Well, see, the NFL, if you're not on a roster at the beginning of the season, there's still...
It's a game of attrition.
There's still 200 roster spots that are going to be opened up.
Yeah.
Every team, if every team loses 5 guys for the season, which is very possible, that is 150 people right there.
Yeah. This Minnesota offense is not creative.
No, they're running an offense as if they're in the SEC and have NFL caliber players.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I hate seeing, that's what the SEC does. They keep it simple because they'll just bludgeon you to death. This guy's keeping it simple because he has no other option, but geez, it's so boring.
I want to throw another stylistic question out there. Yay or nay on the long sleeve T-shirt that looks like a yellow corn cob suit?
Nay. Just get the
You
actual,
liked it at one point this year.
Not
I
the
thought.
T-shirt. I like the actual suit.
But there isn't one. It's just a shirt.
No, there's an actual suit. I'll show you how to buy it.
Okay. Please do.
I almost bought it.
Didn't you buy a suit made entirely of corn cobs?
No, I almost bought it for myself for Christmas.
How much is it?
It's like maybe like 100, something like that, 99.
That's a good price for a suit.
Send me that link.
Okay. Yeah,
Maybe
it's pretty
I have a
dope.
corn pops suit, but it's just a regular suit that I glued corn pops to. So it is edible.
Emmett Carpenter sounds like the name of an 85-year-old racist in South Carolina.
Yeah. We're here with Emmett Carpenter, who's been burning crosses on his front yard for the last 75 years.
I do it for warmth.
But why crosses?
It's the best way to get warmth.
Oh, I think we got either pizza or another canale at the door.
Yeah, ringing. It's ringing.
They're going to run the punt team on.
Is that a penalty? I got distracted by the prospect of pizza
Yeah.
because he made the kick.
Dude, isn't it just cool to have a cool coach?
Oh, dude.
Just look on your sideline and be like, what a cool coach.
Yeah.
As opposed to Riley, who was like, what an old nerd.
How
Just
many?
an-
But how many teams really have cool coaches? There aren't many.
It's in a box. You want me to hand out? How do we do this?
Can you get paper plates out of if you go back through the kitchen, there's that tall thing by the washing machine.
All right, I'll do it. You don't have to give instructions.
Martinez starts this drive with a 6 for 6.
It's not like I gave him my address. You got to drive to Van Nuys, take a left on a right avenue.
Martinez to the air.
A lot of short passes here, probably because of the wind.
Near the 15. Terrell Smith with the
I say go back to a Zigbo.
Yeah.
early, James, the sideline
I would isn't Spielman from Minnesota?
Yeah.
I bet you, I wonder what it's like to play in your hometown, because you probably get a lot of your friends coming.
Oh yeah. I mean that's kind of a thing a lot of times with athletes in big games.
Speaking of Spielman,
Yeah.
When you're going into that wind, you have to do these quick rhythm.
he just looks like a little, like a marble.
Like a marble?
You know, flicking.
Don't ever flick JD Spielman. It won't go well.
Yeah, nothing goes well on a podcast like eating pizza.
Hey man, we got to do what we got to do.
Right.
We'll pick up the slack for one another. I love our combination of running backs.
I do too, and it's only going to get better.
Your right side.
Oh, thank you.
I love that Statue of Liberty play. Did we
Yes.
did we do that more than once or?
I remember from this game, it was incredible.
He's the future of that tailback position. There's Ozigbo on first down.
Oh, there's Ziggy
he's
again.
gone again.
There was some elusiveness, but then the last half of it looks the same as the first one.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
He wasn't always a burner.
No, that came out of nowhere this year.
Who's Soder's?
One's mine, one's yours.
Thank you. My brother didn't show up.
No, he's not going to show up. There's one last stray balloon. Someone forgot to get rid of it. All right, you guys pick up the slack for a second. I got to pee.
Oh, nice.
So many high fives.
We all have our reason. Well,
Have you
they
guys
say
noticed how
teams
much-
that high five more have more success.
I was gonna say, if you, yeah,
They do.
Well, because you don't high five when you're not having success,
Yes, but I think it. That's true.
right? So I mean, clearly there's a correlation.
You're
between
right.
High fives
Shitty
and
teams
success.
don't have as much opportunity. Now, I hope the listeners are eating pizza right now too. That's what we should have told them at the beginning of the episode, to order pizza with us, so that we could all eat it at this point together. Oh, wait, we got commercials here? Mm-hmm. Wow. Now, people must really like watching the commercials. ZipRecruiter, folks, that's how we got Pat.
What?
We use
ZipRecruiter,
ZipRecruiter to
that's how we got
get you
Pat.
into the podcast.
The official hiring partner of the Big Ten.
Is our story.
I scrolled through.
I was a late edition.
It's true. I scrolled through and thought I saw the commercials and was like, there are no commercials. That means there's going to be like 8 of those. Sorry, guys. I could have made this even shorter.
Wow. Well, here's, but when Pat came on, when you started the podcast, Ryan, you always knew that Pat was coming on at some point, didn't you?
No.
Oh, you were not, I thought you would plan to move out here by the time we started.
Shortly after.
Okay. Once you heard the first episode, you were like,
This is
I
actually
need
the
to
second,
get on this.
This is actually the second iteration of the podcast.
What
There
was
was a
the
version of the podcast that you weren't on, Joe.
What?
Ooh, I need to know more about this.
Me and Nick, we did it over the phone. We did like 6 episodes. He'd call in and I'd put our cell phones next to the mics.
What was it called?
Through These Gates podcast.
Oh, I knew that was a possibility.
Yeah, that was a real thing. And then it got listeners, like not a lot, but enough. And we only did like 6 episodes, and me and Nick we cannot work on a project together.
Why?
Me and Nick, me and Nick have been friends for so long that neither one of us can have any power or control of something that the other
Oh,
one's doing.
yeah. I get it.
And so it just didn't work.
I'm going to
Whereas Joe can submit to you
Right, Joe's
all the time.
all the time.
Joe's very submissive.
Oh, so
Pat's
so much
just
so.
not threatening. He's just very non-threatening.
Your dogs
Oh, you don't
are-
know.
Look at your dogs. These scum dogs are just waiting for something to drop. I'll mention this again, folks. I mentioned it on our regular podcast episode today, but the equipment we're using today, the audio equipment itself is high quality. However, what would you call it? The peripheral equipment, the stands for these microphones are all broken through misuse and just Ryan being too strong and setting them up and breaking them at times.
So thanks to all our Patreon donors, continue to do that so we
Yes.
can buy some mic stands.
And
Patreon.com/BigRedCobcast.
then we won't be, it won't be coming in and out like this because we're dropping it and going like that and everything.
Oh, I thought he was gonna get
I
picked.
thought that was a tip interception.
Lamar Jackson again.
There he is. This was his coming out party.
The early part of his renaissance, yeah.
He'll be drafted,
Next year.
of course.
Yeah, well, provided he continues to show the progress that he
Yes,
showed
yes.
late this year.
I mean, Chenanders put guys in the NFL out of that defense.
People that were like 3rd string when we got there.
Mike Hughes, the Griffin brothers.
Yep.
I mean, he put more people in the pros than
Riley?
Frost, didn't he?
Wait,
I mean, offensive. There's more defensive guys that went in the draft than there were offensive guys that went in the draft for UCF.
I think we're probably
Although they've
right.
got some good linemen that were there for both of his years.
Here comes that rush package again from Eric Chenander, the defensive coordinator of Nebraska. Look for them to be mugging the line of scrimmage.
Big down here, folks. Big down.
Trying to create some pass rush opportunities.
Let's bring this quarter to an end. Oh, they're not even going to snap it.
Snap it before the quarter ends, and they're not going to.
They're scared. They're scared to play us.
Absolutely, folks.
They want out of here.
Oh, and look, everybody run to me. I'm the coach. That was
And he
Fleck
only
down
moved
there.
5 yards,
Yeah.
too.
Right. They're going to the other side of the field at the 50.
Good start for the home team.
Colin Miller's a guy who could see the field a lot next year.
Was he a freshman?
To begin in Lincoln, and it'll begin with
Either a redshirt freshman or sophomore.
Tyler Johnson in the back
Is he a middle linebacker? I feel like
They
we have
played
a-
him both inside and outside.
I feel like we have a lot of good linebackers next year.
Potentially.
That's like two more turnover missed opportunities.
on Zach Annexstead. And as he
That's going to happen more and more with this defense. That's what we were missing through
gonna
those
have
Riley
to.
years. Yeah, but it will.
Because I watched some stuff on like sort of the schematic deficiencies of this defense against an offense like Iowa's. Like the players did fine, but like they against that physical style of offense. And I have a feeling Nebraska will adjust, but
Oh, yeah.
they were against the 8-ball against that style of offense. So we're going to have to force turnovers for sure.
Right, and we're going to have to put more pressure on the quarterback, and that will change a lot of stuff. Pressure on the quarterback doesn't just get you fumbles and sacks, it gets you
Cobcast
interceptions.
guess.
College Football Hall of Fame
Oh, yeah.
over the course of this last season.
That guy on the left with the tie?
Yeah.
I want to get Bill Moose on here.
Oh, yeah.
I bet Bill Moose would say some dumb shit.
Moo.
I want Aaron Taylor again. I loved that guy.
Yeah, that guy was great. He was the one that talked to us in the parking lot of a Home Depot.
I want
Yeah.
the guy in the tie over there on the left. His hands clapping there. Can we get that guy?
The third-tier athletic administrator.
Martinez don't need no Under Armour. His Under Armour is his muscles.
And probably his jockstrap. That's-
Oh, yeah.
And vitamin S.
You would not want a quarterback with vitamin S. That would play with your brain too much.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you're probably right. That's why they're always so weak looking.
I'm sure Brady's taking a vitamin.
Brady Quinn got pretty stacked for a while, and that did him no good.
He's probably dude. There's a documentary where the guy dopes up, does the exact same doping plan as
The Russian.
Lance Armstrong.
Oh, right.
And came in like 25th. So like he was like, it doesn't matter how much steroids I take. Yeah, you still have to be really good to be
Yes,
at the
because,
level he was
well,
at.
at that level, when everyone's taking them, you just revert back to your natural, order. Your dogs are very baggy.
Yeah.
They are.
Especially the white ones.
Nice job by Blake Cashman.
Typical.
Yep, entitlement.
Wrapping them up there, not letting them escape.
Folks.
I think there are two pieces.
Fake handoff, fake
No,
handoff,
you guys
fake
can have them.
handoff.
You're big guys.
Look at that. Oh my God, he's scrambling. Oh, that's all. He go mile for a
Forward.
first
There
down.
you go. Ooh,
That-
nice block.
Yes, that's the quickness that the injury took away from him early on.
Yeah.
Washington with a big block on
Those
Bo
little,
Washington with the block.
those little cuts.
These guys love to block now.
the head coach from Minnesota said worried him the most.
Well, because they realize that it's pretty fun when you blindside people when they don't see you coming.
Mike Williams became pretty good at that. He
Right?
didn't-
Bat.
Just got him, chipped him on the shoulder there.
Yep.
The dude still went flying.
Yep.
22 yards later, a Nebraska first down. Martinez with good protection over the
God, I can't wait for next year.
Yeah.
It's going
God,
to
we're
be
gonna
too
be
long.
so good.
Isn't it interesting how watching these bonus episodes? Now I know we watched. What did we watch? The Colorado game. Use those.
Yeah.
Those are clean. I brought those out for everyone.
Can I have more pizza?
Yeah, I think Pat's going to get some for each of you. But like in
Okay.
watching, you guys each have them. In watching these games, yeah, at this point, I'm much more excited for next year.
Thank you, sir.
Obviously, because the season's over, but the anticipation keeps building throughout this whole season, and because this season was kind of I don't know, not disappointment, but not what we expected. I think this anticipation carries over, and so you've got a little residual from this year for next year. Like, again, that first game we got gypped out of our first Scott Frost victory.
Yeah.
They run the kickoff and then the game's canceled. How often does that happen?
Yeah.
Never.
Rarely.
So I felt, lefty. I forgot he's a lefty.
I also forgot this play got run. There's a lot of this game that I apparently forgot.
Yeah.
Tried to go Mo Washington to Austin Allen, not the connection you expect. Man, we could try that play next year with Wandale, because Wandale had some pretty good passing numbers in high school.
Did he? Is he left-handed?
No, it'll have to be the other side of the field.
Exactly. So you run Washington for that side. There's Stanley. We will miss him.
Yeah, but
Adrian Martinez with Wandale Robinson could potentially be used like a 2 quarterback.
Oh my God, Ryan!
you're
It's
gonna
the
get
future. Well, you know that Miami Dolphins
11 for
play.
11.
That Miami Dolphins play against New England this past week, where they won the game. That could be the future of football. You got a bunch of fast guys who can pitch the ball running. I always wonder when a guy's running down the field and the defender, and a defender's going to take him out. Why doesn't that guy pitch to the other wide receiver who's wide open?
It's a reasonable question.
Trying to get to the edge, and that's a first down for Maurice Washington. Didn't need much. Didn't get much, but he got enough.
I feel like I could have housed 2 large pizzas.
That he possesses in Washington. Just being able to outrun, to contain.
Just so we're clear, this is not a long advertisement for Fernando's Pizza.
Yeah, no joke.
Washington with a cut to the outside.
Man, he's shifty. Like his hip movement.
Yeah, you hear that, ladies? His hip movement. Hey, Michael Canale.
Hey, so I got a question for you guys.
What?
What do you think of
Your mustache?
trying to go to? That's not a question. That's a statement, a bold one. What do you think about going to Congress and seeing if we can't get
Touchdown!
Nebraska, number 2, Johnny Jenkins?
You're an idiot.
And I think racist.
Mike, our good luck charm?
They just scored again.
Nice, Mike.
Okay, going to Congress, what?
Getting some sort of law enacted about people over the age of 70 not being allowed to drive without having been tested for driving every year after the age of 70.
I'd go with that to the age of 30.
Well, then you'd be doing that every year.
Not
I
me.
say this. You
Not
can't
me.
get your license till you're 20, and after the age of 70, you have to get tested every year.
And phones should have an automatic shut-off valve.
Yes, like in the car, right?
Yeah. The only thing that works is incoming calls.
Incoming.
Yep.
That you can get on your car. I think that's a good idea too, Ryan. You're not so stupid about when it comes to ageism and phoneism. There was a woman, and so these highways.
I
Are,
also think you should have to take a test to vote.
I mean, I kind of love that too.
That's kind of a somewhat racially loaded thing because that used to actually happen.
Right.
No,
But that's back before they allowed minorities in schools, right?
But
I mean, integrated, yeah.
I mean, I think you should maybe not take a test in like your knowledge of things, but like, are you aware?
A psychopath?
Are you aware of what's going on?
Yeah.
Are you voting?
Who's your governor?
Are you voting like with knowledge, or are you just voting?
Can you say
I don't
Ben
know.
Sass without laughing hysterically for 5 minutes?
No one in Nebraska will be able to vote.
Whoa, taking a shot at your home state.
Ben Sass?
Well, I meant because everyone will laugh at Sass.
Because it's Ben's ass. It sounds like Ben's ass.
Yeah, I wasn't knocking the knowledge. I was knocking because I'm assuming you wouldn't ask that question of someone who couldn't vote for Ben Sass.
Oh, right. Ben's ass.
I just meant because, like, if you're asked about that question, no one's going to be able to vote.
Did Joe, just switch spots with you and then leave?
No, I think he's outside looking at your garden. There was a woman who's I think
burning
probably over
flowers?
70 on a 6-lane highway here. Because she was driving so slow, every single person behind her was affected. I think that's a problem. Pat, does your wife drive fast or slow?
She doesn't drive much anymore.
Really? Oh, because she works out of the house?
No, she just takes public transportation.
Really?
Small woman brain. Am I right, guys?
No, you're wrong.
No,
I actually don't
you're
like that one
terribly
bit.
wrong.
Are you sure? You know which part?
I don't like that one bit.
Which part? The part where I said women have small brains, or the part where I admitted they even have a brain?
Boy, oh boy. Right, you eating this pizza too?
Yeah.
Were you wanting any, Mike?
No.
Good, because it's gone.
Well, I didn't want any pizza. I had some greens. So, do you sync this up like Wizard of Oz and Dark Side of the Moon, and people like are supposed to listen along? And
No, we actually
watch?
put them together and put it on YouTube.
Third and four. Oh, really? Third and four.
Although we should put Dark Side of the Moon onto some of these
This game?
Husker games. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
So 3rd and 4, the white team is got the ball, and the red team is not have the ball.
This is still when you weren't a Husker fan again, right?
Yeah, because the bandwagon wasn't fully.
We hadn't won a game yet.
Right.
Listen, I've been a Husker fan far longer than the both of you.
Oh yeah. Remember there was those texts. You said that if I ever screenshotted, you wouldn't be my friend anymore.
Yeah, the ones that I was angry at my son because he had a poor soccer game. Yeah, don't ever show him those.
That wasn't what they said.
By the way, he had a great game today. He figured it out. He's in a league called Futsal. Pat probably doesn't know what that is, but Ryan does.
Why would he know and I wouldn't?
Because
Pat,
because Mike told me.
I think Pat
Thinks he's better than us.
I think Pat's an intellectual phony. Just because he's tall and wears glasses, everyone thinks he's smart.
Why do
Mike
people
just
just
came
instantly
in
assume-
hot today.
do people just instantly assume Manute Bol was smart because
Yes, of course he was, because he was tall.
And he wore those glasses, those goggles. Didn't he wear goggles?
No, did I send you guys?
George Murason, that titan of intellect?
Hey, man, he was an actor and a basketball player. Shaq is very intelligent. What a businessman he is. He's a great businessman. He invested in that ring.
Invested in what?
In Ring, you know those things like people have on their houses. They can watch people
Yeah,
come
I
to
have
the
it.
door. You have that. Shaq's like one of the early investors in that. Like he like made $500 million.
He
on
also
that.
made a rap album, so he doesn't make sound decisions all the time.
Yeah, but he was in Fushnikins, wasn't he?
No, I
Well,
think he was just in a video. He was in that "What's Up, Doc? Can't We Rock?"
That's a good
Which
song.
is his best song.
That is a good song.
But that isn't his song.
Right.
He's just in that
That's
song
the best
briefly.
song that he rapped on. Is that what you're about to say?
Yeah.
And then he body surfs a little bit in that video.
We should do a podcast to that video. Just
It'll be
loop it.
shorter.
Loop it like 2 hours worth.
This Minnesota defense don't let up.
Man, I got that song stuck in my head now.
That's a good song. What's up, Doc? Can we rock?
Got a mixture of that and Dark Side of the Moon.
Oh yeah.
It's a-
Has it ever dawned on you that it's MN or directly before and after each other in the alphabet?
I mean, what?
Minnesota and M and N are directly LMNOPQ. Has it ever dawned on you before?
What is he talking about?
Well, Delaware has that same thing. The state abbreviation, Minnesota, MN.
Oh yeah.
It's
No.
in alphabetical
ODE.
order.
Oh, yeah,
Minnesota
yeah.
is M. Nebraska is N.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the state abbreviation.
So what? That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard. What are you talking about? So the red team has the ball, and the guy is about to say what?
Well, if Minnesota loses, then it's LM
Huh?
N.
The red team's man has the ball right now, and he's squatting down, and there's another man behind
What's
him
happening
who's
is you're
clapping
not
his
talking
hands.
into a microphone, and your brother is saying dumb shit into a microphone.
I was
And
really,
just insulting us
I was really
for no
angry,
reason. Just came in the
angry
room.
in the road.
Let me see.
Yeah, Mike definitely came in hot today.
Yeah.
Road rage? Didn't you say someone you know got in a road rage incident?
You just got angry at somebody who probably needs a road test.
Did you drive by them at some point, like go past them and then like flip them off and stuff?
No, because she was like, no, it was a nervous drive.
Oh, a nervous old woman.
Yeah.
You do get road
Maybe
rage,
it's not
though.
an age
I do
thing.
not
Maybe
do
it's
get
she's.
road rage. You've been attacked before.
Maybe it's not an
No.
age thing.
What?
Maybe it's she's
Who
new to
attacked
LA
me?
thing.
Oh, a guy chased me that one time.
I doubt that.
A guy did. He chased me into a kid parking lot, a
What?
nursery school parking lot. I called the cops.
When I was 16, I flipped off like a biker dude, like
Like motorcycle?
Yeah, and he chased me in the Stop and Shop parking lot, and then he's like, he screamed at me. Then I saw like some young people laughing at me, so it was pretty embarrassing. No, maybe 17.
What do you mean, young people laughing at you?
Yeah, like they were like, I mean,
They're like 13. They're like, hey, you want to go beat up that
You can have
adult?
mine for a bit, I guess.
That adult looks very
I was just
weak-willed.
punching my brother in the face with the mic. It's nice to share a microphone in that regard.
all right, you guys talking about the game? Let me get back at the game.
Yeah, get back to the game.
The guy in white uniform just fell down, and the other guys in red seemed pleased.
You missed your calling. You're a natural. You're like Brett Musburger.
Wait a second. They don't. None of the. Oh, wait.
Is
a second.
Ryan asleep?
No, I'm watching.
Why do they all have Minnesota on the back of their jerseys? Is
Because
that?
PJ Fleck is a piece of crap.
Oh, he's a phony.
Well, you know what else
he's
they
a
have?
phony.
We've already had this
We
conversation.
did have
yeah.
it, but on their helmets,
Yeah.
they have the oar in the middle. The middle stripe is an oar, the row the boat thing. Now, before you get into trouble, he at Western Michigan, he had this whole row the boat was his like big phrase.
Yeah.
Now it has something to do with his child who.
His child that had cancer and died of cancer. So if you make
Oh,
fun of
he
it,
had
you
a
hate
child- he had
cancer.
a
Yes.
child- oh,
so
that's
that
very
whole row
sad.
the boat thing came out of that. However,
Oh, that's really sad.
the thinking
But
is
it has nothing to do with when you make fun of row the boat.
Right.
You can make fun of the stupid phrase and not be
and not
insulting
the
kids
genesis
with
of
cancer.
it. We're making fun of how he's co-opted it, and now he took it from Western Michigan, where they wanted to keep the phrase, but he owns it.
well, it was his
But now,
son, right?
Yes, but when he leaves Minnesota, their helmet with this oar thing, that's not a Pat was making a good point. That's not a Minnesota thing.
Well, maybe they're so excited to have him there, they'll do that.
I guess so, but
And maybe it's for him. Maybe it's a way to just keep his son in his memory. I got no problems with that. It's the Minnesota on the back of the jersey that I
well,
don't
that's
like.
another thing he brought up. It's like the team's bigger than. He does all these bigger than.
Right.
But it seems like a lot of it is
He is.
pointing
He's a
towards him.
He's like a walking poster of a cat hanging from a tree. It says "Hang in there."
Hey Ryan, you got any LaCroix?
No.
No, man, you should have got here earlier. When you get here late, you pay.
For LaCroix, I'll pay for a LaCroix.
No, we don't have any.
No, I mean you pay the price. Which is, the price
not
is
getting LaCroix.
No LaCroix. Now, when does Ryan sit out of the podcast for a while?
Never. For
so
some
it can
reason-
so it can get real interesting.
Well, I remember the best podcast, Pat. I think you can remember this too. Is the one you and I did alone many years ago. And I
When
think,
Tweety was in Russia?
yeah, I think people really just were happy to not hear Ryan's voice.
I'm pretty sure that I got a bunch of tweets that were like, "Oh man, without Tweety,
No,
he's
from
the
your
real
burners?
he's the real glue that."
From your burner account, Tyan Reedy.
I'll say it again, just completely off the board of expectations. Joe Canale is Rick Jansen's favorite Cobcast member.
Yeah.
I think bar none.
Yes,
including
that's
his
been the
son.
case for a while.
It's because he's old. They like relate to each other on that level.
Oh, that's true. Hey, what's
We're peers. We're
Yeah.
peers is why.
wait?
That's why all the young listeners like me.
There are no young listeners.
Yeah, maybe your cousins are fairly young. Pat, what's your old man think about me?
He doesn't know you exist because you're barely on the podcast.
And I guarantee he's gonna hate you because you're a loudmouth.
Oh,
That
you-
looks like
oh, more than
that
you,
looks like
Big
Spielman's
Mouth?
injured.
You're the loudmouth.
You're the freaking big mouth.
but you're the loudmouth.
I'm a loudmouth, though, and he likes me.
Who? Pat's dad?
Yeah, but you're old. You're like an old loudmouth.
Mr. Jansen, or as I like to call him.
Mr. Black.
What's that from?
The Simpsons.
Oh. What's your dad's first name?
Rick, although his given name is not Richard.
Yeah, didn't we go over this?
it's
Isn't it
Ricky.
like Aloysius or something?
Ricky.
Oh, Ricky. That's right.
Ricky? Is he named after Ricky Tikki Tavi?
No, he's Ricky Henderson.
He's gonna hate that I'm doing this.
He's
His name
named-
is
he's
Ricky
named after
Lee
Ricky Lake.
Jansen.
His
Ricky
name's
Lee
after-
Jansen.
His
Like
name's
Ricky
after
Lee Jones, the singer.
No, Ricky Lake.
No.
Sure, yes. He's named after Ricky Lake. It's spelled with an I.
Is he named after the Steely Dan song "Ricky Don't Lose That Number"?
Oh.
Is that it?
Yes.
And Ricky Tikki Tavi.
Gordon
That's
and
a
Juanita
Donovan
Jansen
song.
were big fans of that song.
Is that right?
Ricky
That's your
Tikki
grandpa?
Tavi is it's a very famous. Is that a Rudyard Kipling?
No, yes. Ricky Tikki Tavi is Rudyard Kipling. Yes, you're right about that.
By the way, his mother's name, Juanita, Wanita.
So she's not. She's what?
She is of German descent.
Okay.
Ryan, what do you got
Is
to drink?
Juanita a German name?
Probably not. The Nebraskans or Midwesterners
All right,
in
let's
general
get back
love
to
to
the
do
game.
like
Okay, now those
bastardized
guys
versions of
are
names.
running,
Juanita was a
And they
great
seem
woman,
confused.
though.
They're not
Wonderful
confused.
woman.
They're just telling everyone what they're gonna do. He's saying, "Hey, man, chill
Oh,
out."
wait, people are watching this, right?
Yeah, they're watching with us.
Oh, so it's not like we're just like talking about something that's going on. Now the man in
No.
stripes is pushing his
They
arm
have
one
to
way.
see this. Do you
and-
think
and
we're
some
watching
people
this and they're
seem
not
pleased.
watching it?
Okay. Can we play Dark Side of the Moon? Just like,
To see if it matches up?
yeah.
Let's do that at the second half.
Ryan?
No, I'm not gonna do that.
No, because it's not country music.
Actually, Tweety, don't you follow me on Apple Music now, Ryan?
Yeah.
And he has some music that's not country.
Most of my music is not country.
It's Aerosmith, right?
No,
A lot of rap.
A lot of rap.
What, old rap or current rap?
All. Well, except
Eminem.
for not current rap.
Oh, Eminem, okay. Probably Beastie Boys. I see.
No, I don't like Beastie Boys. I saw them live in concert.
He's a big 311 fan.
Down, down.
Nebraskans. They're Nebraskans.
way, are they?
Yeah. They're from Omaha.
No
They have a
way.
song
know
called
that?
Omaha Styley.
I did not know that. I
There
just
was-
brought that up randomly
When-
because
when
they
I-
didn't have an affiliation with the Beasties.
When I was in,
I know?
when I went away to college, I had to go to an orientation, and there was this kid from Long Island there, and we were talking
Good
music.
tackle.
Good tackle, guy.
Yeah, good tackle.
And there was this kid,
Ferguson.
this kid from Long Island who had a bit of a speech impediment. He's like, "What kind of music you listen to?" And I was like, I was
He
saying
was
this and
Elmer
that.
Fudd.
And then I was like, "What do you like?" He goes, "I like Fee 11." Fee 11. That was his favorite.
Wait, was he a 4-year-old? Did you go to a nursery school?
Yeah. I went to nursery school for
I thought it was
college.
college. It was. I like Fee 11.
I didn't-
What
I-
kind you like?
I didn't realize until my junior year that my folks set me up for.
You thought it was a speech impediment, but actually the kid was pretty advanced for a
he was
4-year-old.
very smart. He was
What
reading.
kind of music you like?
I like Fee 11.
By the way,
a real speech impediment.
By the way, I don't like when stadiums have to tell people, get up, be loud.
Yes,
But I will
yes.
say this, it's way better than when you've got someone in a stadium doing that. I went to the USC UCLA basketball game last year, and they had like a hype man in
Yes.
the arena.
Johnny Loud, they call him.
Is that really for?
No.
Oh, I didn't know.
It's time for Johnny Loud.
He was like a DJ / hype man. I was like, this is unnecessary, and it's
That's
actually
no
like.
good.
Like people are less likely to, I think, to be loud in that situation.
That's I want that to be my new DJ character, DJ Johnny Loud.
But,
and all he does is go, "Let's get loud."
But that's like that character on Stern, Ronnie the limo driver. Do you know Ronnie?
PJ Fleck is not happy.
It's like Michael Buffer, except he's got like $1 billion career off of it. So
Everyone's trying to figure out what happened. By the way, there are
Yeah.
so many hands on eyebrows.
What's going on?
They did not get it.
I'm
anywhere
trademarking
close.
DJ Johnny Loud right now. Let's get loud.
Was that Levante David, by the way? Who made that tackle?
Aaron
Didn't
Williams.
they all of a sudden come like put up 14 points out of nowhere?
Who, Minnesota?
Yeah,
I
to
thought it
end
was
the
second half though.
Or did they do one and then get the ball and do it again? Like,
Yeah, didn't this game get sort of close for a little while?
Yeah, third quarter.
there's no touchdown in the second that before the half.
This is a new stadium,
I
right?
don't think so.
Wait, is this Nebraska or is this?
Maybe there is one before half.
Doesn't University of Minnesota have a new stadium?
Yeah, named after a bank, TCF Bank Stadium, I think.
Sounds great, Pat. I believe you.
The country's fraudulent bank.
Paycheck Advance. Paycheck Advance Stadium.
Those letters don't match up. Also, that guy has got a cool
Payday
little little
Loan
bit.
Stadium. Payday loans. All of our listeners, don't ever do a payday loan.
No, don't do it, folks. If you get a friend to loan you the money.
If you can get a friend to loan you money, get a family member.
Oh, that always works out.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Don't get a payday loan.
No, payday loans are the
See,
worst.
they get you the money the same day, but they're like 30% interest. They're awful.
You don't want that.
So I googled TCF Bank Stadium. It's open now, according to the Google hours.
Here we go. Oh, it's open now. Oh, I wonder what's going on there.
Probably just open.
What year do you think it
that
opened?
guy's running.
What year do you think it opened?
I'm going to say 2013.
2009. It's also the home of the Minnesota United FC of Major League Soccer.
What?
Why do all their jerseys say Minnesota on the back?
Yeah,
Didn't we talk about this like 40 minutes ago?
And then again 15 minutes ago.
Ryan.
What?
You've
were
been
you asleep?
spacing out.
What have you been doing, Ryan?
I'm
We
watching.
can't. Here's how the game is set up, by the way. The three of us are sitting behind Ryan like he's Captain Kirk.
I said this last time I did the freaking podcast.
You said Captain Kirk?
No, I just said he lords over us.
He does lord, but none of
No,
us.
you're talking about when we do the podcast, why I sit on one side by myself and they had to sit on the
that's
other
totally
side.
different.
You are very aloof. I'm learning that.
No, it's worse when we're watching for these special episodes because I'm just looking at the back of his head.
Yeah.
Because
He could
you-
be asleep.
But you chose to sit there. You could choose to sit here.
There's no room. The place is a
What are you
mess.
talking about?
Is this why
Place is
Joe
a
didn't get
pigsty.
excited for Adrian Martinez's big run? Because he couldn't see it?
I couldn't see that. What happened?
Adrian Martinez, big run.
Hey, speaking of Martinez, anybody know what's going on
Hey,
with
hi. Huh?
Taylor Martinez? What's he up to these days?
He's he
Probably
lives in
still
New York.
injured.
He lives what,
He
Ryan?
lives in New York.
He's probably still injured. His ankle's still
Dude,
hurt.
he sent us a picture of his foot, man.
It was
It
gross.
was gross.
because it was like post-surgery or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and
Yeah,
it
I
was
think I did
one
see
of
that.
several surgeries. Oh, we did the fake off the Statue of Liberty there.
Oh.
That's what
Didn't
I'm
work as
talking
well.
about. Is that I feel like he's just always gaming.
Oh, this guy?
He's like, if Martinez does this, then that guy does this. So what if Martinez does this, and then that guy does that?
I mean, that
He's
is
like-
how coordinating an
There-
offense
there's
works.
just some people are just so
Good at it.
aware.
Yes.
Yes. This kid is. I think he's certainly the best quarterback since Frost, and maybe Frazier. He'll probably go down.
Oh, passing wise, he'll be the greatest ever.
I think he's going to go down as the greatest ever. Period. I think he's probably he's going to be in Heisman consideration next year.
Next year.
And I think he's going to win it probably junior year.
Wow.
And the only reason why he doesn't win it as a senior is because they're going to have this like a couple other guys who are just so great.
It's possible.
Yeah.
He may even go pro.
Don't.
Yeah, don't say anything.
Don't say it out loud.
It's going to be on Nebraska.
All right. That will mean nothing to my brother, I think. He
Yeah,
won't know.
probably not.
But
Wait, what are we saying?
he's just looking at the type of phone it is. He doesn't know where to look. Here, I'll show him.
What is this on me?
What was the unsportsmanlike? Was it just JD for
being dope?
Because he really just said, "Let us hear it, crowd."
With the penalty, but the touchdown stands on the throw for
Oh, that's that stands for
right there, split between DeAndre Thomas and Jacob Huff.
yeah, good.
Deliver that with
But it's like this is all board news. Here, will you take this back? This enormously heavy phone. Oh my God, that phone is heavy. Ryan has a very heavy phone, folks. Yes, he puts that, and he has that front middle pocket of his pants that no one has. He
No.
puts his phone in there.
I'll tell you. Here's the thing. I am overcompensating for my lack of eyesight.
Nice.
What the hell laugh was that, Mike? You and Joe both
Yeah.
sound like
Weasels.
cartoon villains.
Pat said I should be a cartoon weasel. What should Mike be a cartoon?
A cartoon ass farting.
Okay, that's a flopping in the wind.
You're right. There might be a touchdown before halftime.
right now it's 28-0, but
Hey, did you ever, Ryan? Did you ever text with Master Solomon about signing back up with?
I'm not gonna.
I texted him back. I said, "Thank you. It was a lot of fun. I'm not sure if we're going to continue." He's like, "Well, let me know if you do." It was very nice.
Okay.
Why don't you say? Why don't you
For
have
those
some,
who listen to the bonus episodes and not the regular Cobcast, these two went to Krav Maga class together. We can't tell any more about James Laurinaitis' ear anymore, by the way. 'Cause
He's
the
got
headphones-
headphones
Yeah,
on.
earlier Laurinaitis didn't have his headphones on. Those headphones.
Do you feel like he could slice bread with his head.
Laurinaitis?
He's got a very strange back of his head.
I
It's
feel
very
like
sharp head.
he can never use a pair of those headphones twice because his ears are pressing out so hard that at some point the metal on that headphone is just going to buckle and bend backwards. You didn't see earlier, but he didn't have his headphones on, and his ear basically...
His ear gives people's fists.
Remember that play?
cauliflower
There's like a guy, Ernie something. Dad has a baseball card of him in the 50s, and his ears go out like he's like Dumbo.
Ernie Lombardi.
Something like that.
Yeah, it was Ernie Lombardi. He played for the Reds. He was a catcher. He's in the Hall of Fame.
Laurinaitis looks like he's lost all his linebacker weight too.
Vitamin S weight.
So you lose that weight, and the ears are more pronounced.
The back of his head, he looks like Admiral Akbar from behind, in the back.
That's true. And when you're doing the vitamin S, your ears just keep growing.
So wait, where did he play?
Laurinaitis, Ohio State.
Oh, of course. That's where the steroids are plentiful. Hey, Ryan.
Ryan.
Remember that guy who we read his tweet, or we read his voicemail?
The transcript
The
of
transcript. He ever write back?
it? No, but we did get a call from
Your significant other.
Yes. What's the character's name?
Husker Terry's significant other, Husker Gary.
Yeah.
Didn't know about that, did you?
I didn't know about Husker
Somebody
Gary.
called in as Husker Gary
Today.
today. Yes.
It was not me.
No, we know it
No, we
wasn't
know,
you.
because I can see the phone numbers.
It wasn't you. No, it was a listener who is Husker Gary, and he had some
Whose
questions.
asshole is prolapsed from
Yes.
assuming fucking you.
Hey, stop that, dude. Have some dignity, man.
It's a bonus episode.
We can say whatever we want on a bonus episode.
No, but I don't like that anyway.
Yeah,
No need
especially
for
since
it.
you've already evoked the image of a cartoon talking asshole, and we can only naturally think of it as being yours since you are the one who has the most well-known, notorious flapping asshole amongst all of us.
Who, me?
Yeah, from the time your butthole
No,
fell
talk about
out.
overcompensating.
Did you
You must have asshole problems as much as you talk about my
No,
asshole.
I
you
actually
had
have the
surgery
opposite.
on it, right?
What?
I have
Didn't you have laser
my
surgery
asshole
on it?
solves problems.
So I could see better. I got my asshole LASIX.
Well, didn't your asshole achieve consciousness separate from you at some point? That's where you got the idea of the talking asshole. One night, you were like, wait, what's happening? Ryan. Irina? Ryan. It's your asshole. I've attained consciousness.
Ryan, is he smarter than you?
Strangely, he's less of an asshole.
Hey, Ryan, what you got to drink, man? I'm thirsty as hell.
Dude, last night I had to
He
get
has
up.
nothing.
I woke up and my asshole was itching so bad. I had to put lotion in my asshole last night.
No way.
Yeah.
No way. If that's what you're doing, you've got bigger issues.
That is a problem. You shouldn't do stuff.
Don't and it was toothpaste that you used, wasn't it?
No.
You squeezed a whole tube of
You just
toothpaste
icy
into your
hot
butthole.
No, it was lotion.
No, get one of those. You know those toothbrushes that have steel things? Just get one of those to itch it with. You know those steel toothbrushes?
Yeah.
You know
Two
what I'm
things.
talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
Two things I find.
A toothbrush, tooth hammer, I believe is what they're called,
Yeah,
right?
dude.
That was a catch?
Hey,
Yeah.
what do you got to drink, Ryan? I'm serious, man. I'm thirsty.
Water.
Two things right now. One,
Got
I
Diet Coke?
love.
No,
love,
we ordered
love
that. Go look in the refrigerator,
that
man.
people
Where's
are
Arena?
watching
She's
the
not here,
game
so
and just
no one will give you
hearing
any shit.
butthole
What about
lotion
those dogs?
talk. Just
dogs? They're here
just simultaneously while watching a football game, they're hearing talk of
That's what
lotioning
it
a
would be
butthole.
like. That's what it would be. At some point, we're going to do these things live, where people are going to turn off their broadcast.
No,
and
people
not-
are going to come to the bar and let us
do the play-by-play.
The play-by-play at a
Because
bar.
listen, if we were doing it on
Yeah.
a live game, we'd be paying much more attention to the game.
Holy shit, dude.
Right?
You think that he would let us do that?
Turn off the thing and do play-by-play.
It'd probably be more of a rights issue.
Yeah, that's true. At a business that broadcasts a game. Although actually turning it off
Well,
and just
doing that in
commenting,
general, I don't know.
I think you could turn it off. It's like it's MST3K. If you turn the volume down, I think you actually could broadcast it any way you want. That's the
No, we would
future
do
of
it
this.
live. No, you would do it live in a
Exactly,
bar.
exactly. But what I'm saying, yes, I think you could do that.
How about we
Pat.
just don't tell them we're doing it?
Okay, that works for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good too.
You know, the other thing that totally caught my eye. So this freshman walk-on quarterback has the captain's C on his jersey. That feels weird to me.
Well, I think PJ Fleck's taking it a little too far.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like if you're saying that you're gonna take, like, you're just gonna alienate good athletes that way. If you're like, we don't want good players, we want people who have to scrap. Well, Danny Woodhead is great, but a team of Danny Woodheads is not going to do anything.
Well, he'll get blown up at center.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
And he can't throw very well.
On the edge, too. He'd be okay. What are you doing, Mike?
But also, it feels weird to me. Everyone has the same Minnesota on the back of their jerseys. But here's a captain's C.
I see.
To point out that this guy's different.
Right. Well, he doesn't get a scholarship, so I guess he gets something.
It's compensating.
Ryan, you seem tired. Everything all right?
Yeah, I'm very tired. I have a genius idea, though, Mike.
Go for it.
This is my bit. Remember the Ultimate Warrior?
Yeah, I love the Ultimate
Okay,
Warrior.
what if the Ultimate Warrior was a lawyer? And he was the Ultimate Lawyer. And he'd like run in and he'd talk to the judge. And he'd like present everything to the jury, like, my little warriors.
You look like you're jerking off like two tiny dicks in front of you when you do that.
I'm not shaking the top rope.
I know that's what you're doing.
Ryan, I think that's really, really funny.
Unfortunately, I guess that guy's dead.
Yeah, who cares? The character's not.
The character's alive forever.
Oh.
You think that people don't watch Laurel and Hardy videos?
It just came up with characters and
The Ultimate Lawyer.
And he mispronounces warrior.
I think that's
Warrior.
great.
Warrior.
That's really fun, Ryan.
Yeah, I just have to write it. But I also quit my sketch team, so where am I gonna? Because I'm just gonna
itself.
do it for the internet.
Just wait for it to write itself.
Yeah.
I think you're totally right about this touchdown, Tweety. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, touchdown,
And
Tweety.
I feel like
They
we
get one
try to
early
drive
on.
it down the field and they get a pick.
They don't get one in this
No,
half.
but I think they get one to start the second
No,
half.
I think they get a pick on this next drive, and there's a scare where it looks like they might break it for a second, but they don't. We end up stopping it, but they get the touchdown and then a pick to go into the half. I think that's what happens. And then they get a little bit of momentum.
Oh, man. Boodle did not know he was there.
And then in the third quarter is where it feels like for a minute they could catch us.
I forgot about this, too. Jeez, man. There is so much I forgot about this game.
Did you guys already talk about the Minnesota on the back of the jerseys? Well, the one thing you might have already said this too. These young guys want like people to know their names. I think that works against them.
In recruiting, I think it's
don't you
great
agree?
once you get the people on the team. I think it's going to work against you in recruiting them.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at what did Frost do? He gave them a way to stand out that isn't overwhelming by giving them their area codes.
Why is he wearing like a yellow cardigan? This guy's a real problem.
I actually like it. I mean, I don't like the M part, but I would wear that shirt without the M on it.
Would you like wear a red one?
Would you wear a maroon tie with it?
Ooh. I was saying, Joe, before.
God, he's so little.
He's not big.
Who?
Maurice Washington. Moa?
Jeremiah Stovall had to stop him from doing something there.
Can I ask you how far
Stylish
back?
jacket.
Yeah, look
Tom
at
Osborne.
that. That's what
Now
Tom
that's a
Osborne.
nice jacket. That looks
He's
like,
trying to
that's
get
a nice
some
jacket.
nanny tonight.
What?
Nancy. Is that
Who's
her
it- who's
name?
that?
Do you think they still do?
Of course.
Oh, stop!
Of course they
Why
do.
what are you talking about stuff like that for?
Man.
I'm curious.
Yeah,
I can't
how old
ask.
do you think? How old do you think you are
ask
when you
if a
quit fucking?
70-something-year-old man still bones his 70-something-year-old wife.
Oh,
Yeah, if you can't ask that, then what
bone.
kind of play? I thought this was America.
You think our parents still bone, Mike?
Yes.
Oh.
They fucking go raw dog, man.
Don't, Joe. What would you say something like that for? My God. Of course they don't.
They definitely do. He probably finger bangs her.
Stop that. Stupid. Stupid.
Oh, by the way, I was wrong. They're not 70-something-year-old people. They're 80-somethings.
What's his wife?
Is his
name?
wife about the same
Nancy?
age?
Yeah.
Nancy Osborne?
Yeah.
She Steinbrenner's wife died yesterday.
Oh, really?
I know you don't care.
Why did you say that?
Ooh, boy.
Oh, they tackled him right on the red stripe. Oh, it turned it
They
off.
broke it. They broke the
Zach.
stripe.
They broke the stripe with that hit. Man.
Martinez, huh?
Yeah.
Is he pretty good?
Yeah. He's the best quarterback we've had since.
He still has that
Eric
brace
Crouch.
on at this point,
Since
too.
Bobby Newcomb.
Oh, you wish.
He had the brace all through the rest of the year.
Oh, wow. Wow.
No. Martinez?
Yeah,
No,
Martinez.
he didn't. He took it off at one point.
No, I swear he kept it on the rest of the year.
Stanley Morgan Jr. That guy's a champion. Probably my favorite ever Nebraska receiver.
Over Irving Fryer?
Irving Fryer, who may have cost the Huskers
May
the Orange Bowl.
May have. He dropped that ball.
No timeouts for the Huskers as they
It's hard to drop a ball like that.
41-yard line with 9 seconds remaining until halftime. And
Oh, Divine. Oh, my gosh.
It's
Timeout.
It's not Devin. No,
Did
don't
they
have-
get it?
It's
Oh,
not
Nebraska
Devin?
had.
No, I know. They know better than I do.
with 2 seconds. They'll hustle
He's going to be a pro,
and Martinez
I think.
trying to
Flag, though.
You cannot spike it under 3 seconds. So they cannot stop
Oh.
What am I looking at?
by rule.
You can't spike a ball under 3 seconds?
Oh, that's not a knee brace. That's a robot hand that he attaches to his leg.
Somebody said 2 legitimate seconds.
How much of the crowd do you
It seemed like they're legit.
legit?
2 legit seconds.
Ryan, you still doing all that pump and iron crap?
Yeah.
Does it make you feel better? Because you seem more miserable than ever.
No, I'm just really tired, man.
How come you're always tired on these bonus episodes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever think about that for a second?
Also, how come you won't acknowledge that I was right about the knee brace for Adrian Martinez through the Iowa game? I got picture proof.
We're dealing with that. I couldn't sleep.
Yeah, that's a knee brace. Does Ryan say that's not a knee brace?
You only need to read the top part.
Nah, I want to read it all, baby.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah. So, the reverse tunnel walk. We never
That's
see
what
this. Do they play the music in reverse when they go in? No?
Come on.
I feel like the song's
Joe.
not that much different in reverse.
Yeah, it's
What?
all just like a bunch of dumb horns
No, they're not
and
horns.
maybe drums.
Horns
Hey,
and serious?
What does Sirius have in common with Texas?
What is what having common?
Just a bunch of dumb horns.
All right, is this thing over yet?
It's the half, man.
All right, I got to get going.
No, you came here for this. If any one of us gets to leave, it's me, because 2 Canales is too many.
You got,
Although I've
what
got to get to an event,
Oh, what's your event?
work thing.
What is it, a Christmas party?
Yeah.
That's nice.
If you have to leave now, at least I'll have a seat.
Listen to
I mean,
this.
have Mike.
This is cool. My wife shot a film a while back, and it's the rap party's tomorrow. But this is the best time. I've been to a few of these rap parties before, but they're paying for our Uber.
Whoa, so
we don't have to worry about
booze.
parking or anything like that. That's a nice thing.
Do you want me to babysit?
We already got a babysitter. Why? You want to do it?
I said I would. Molly told me I had to do that for you guys so you could take a night off. But if you're already paying somebody, forget it.
Well, no, we haven't paid them yet.
What night?
Tomorrow.
Do you have the football game?
You want me to hang out with Anthony?
Yeah, NBC.
Maybe
got
I can
NBC.
do it.
Who's the game tomorrow?
I don't know, but I just don't want to have nothing to do at your house.
Well, you can play FIFA.
Yeah, I guess. We'll work this out later.
You want me to take care of Anthony?
No, I want nothing to do with you and near my children.
I'm just saying, I'll teach Anthony how to be a real
Hey,
man.
you hear the Killigans, right?
Killigan's.
The Killigans is the group that does our intro music.
Oh.
And they're playing
I
right
don't
now
hear
in
it.
the stadium. Listen,
Killigan's-
everyone listen.
Back on the road, and he may have to do it without their best
Do you know them?
Shush.
Muhammad Ibrahim. It's a tall order here, but look for them to use him wisely. Short, quick throws. The wind is still a
Yeah.
Yeah, is that our song?
stadium. They're still blowing.
No, I wish they played the Cobcast song in Memorial Stadium. I heard them play it at the Purdue game. I was like, oh, damn. And they heard it at the same time, too, because I was on Twitter immediately. You guys, I hear you.
And we just heard them again.
Ryan, I think you have to change the filter in your the water on your
refrigerator.
Why? Is it the sign? Is it the blinking light that says change filter that's
Yeah.
been on for 2 years that clued you in?
Also, the water is kind of green.
Yeah, it's the water has brown specks floating around in it.
I haven't died from
I
it.
notice your dogs, not only do they pee, but they poo on the pad. That's pretty great.
They're pretty nice dogs. I mostly have problems with dogs, but not Ryan's
But
dogs.
if they're he has small dogs who aren't overly barky.
No, it's crazy.
That is an amazingly
They're-
rare
they're
thing.
incredibly
Caleb
affectionate.
Lightburn, remember him?
Because I punch my dogs in the face with the arc.
No, you
They're
don't.
not
Don't say
jumpy at
that.
all. They're very
They'd be more
affectionate
jumpy if you
dogs.
punched them. Plus, you could never catch them.
That is probably your wife and your dogs are the best part about you.
I like this room. This room's nice.
It's all right. I think it's messy.
Well, he's a genius. He's doing all
Sorry.
this stuff.
So he's got a good wife, got 2 good dogs, a decent room. Anything else about Ryan? That's any
Look
good?
at this.
Remember when
Terry Wilson.
Remember when Terry Wilson was trying to be a Husker?
Yeah.
And then cried because we wouldn't let him be one?
Oh my God, Terry Wilson. Is he the one that was
At
he go to
Oregon.
Oregon.
And then
we took
now he's at
Patrick Bryan over
Kentucky.
him.
Well, no, we had both. We had Patrick O'Brien and Terry Wilson both committed, but then Terry Wilson was like, "Nah, I don't want to be a part of a class with 2 quarterbacks." So then he went to Oregon.
And you can't
then was a
blame
part
him.
of class with 2
Two
quarterbacks.
quarterbacks, right?
And one of them was a quarterback who had better skills at what Terry Wilson did.
So is Terry Wilson even playing at all?
Yeah, he's a starter
he was their
at Kentucky.
quarterback. He was their starter this whole season. He was good.
He was okay.
Well, they were like 9-3.
Well,
Yeah, but it wasn't so much the offense that did that.
Oh,
That
they had
offense
good
was pretty
defense?
weak.
I gotta look that up.
whole East, the SEC East was not that
How
strong.
about Patrick O'Brien? Did he get a chance
Next
to
year
play?
he plays at Colorado State.
Oh, really? He's at Colorado State. Oh, good
Next
for
year,
him.
Wilson's not a senior. Actually, next year, AJ Bush, this is his last year.
Yeah.
But he was starting for Illinois all year.
Yep.
So former Nebraska, oh, that's right.
God,
Former,
I hate that stuff, man, because it's a breakdown, you know?
former Nebraska quarterbacks who are starting at Power 5 programs.
Well, Terry Wilson never played. Never.
No, you're right.
So,
You're right.
but he was. I mean, he was.
He was a commit.
a commit.
So we'll say commits.
Let's say commits. So Bush was a former quarterback.
Yep.
Terry Wilson,
Yep.
O'Brien. Now, do you
Will
think?
be.
You think
Jebbia.
do you think he's going to start at Oregon State?
Yeah.
You do, yeah.
Yeah, he's a 4-star. Jebbia, and then also Bunch is going to transfer.
But
Oh, is that
Jebby is
He'll
going to
probably
have,
be at FCS level, probably Richmond or a place like that.
Jebby is going to have to sit out a year next year, though, right?
No, he sat out this year.
That was this year.
That was the whole thing by leaving early. This year, he uses it as his red shirt.
Touchdown, Minnesota. By the.
But he could still play 4.
No, he can only play 3.
That's right.
Yeah, because he redshirted the year before, so he's sat out 2 years out of 5
so
possible.
he couldn't play any year. He couldn't play the 4 games this year, is my question. Because last year was his red shirt. This was just a sit-out year.
Right.
Right,
That's
right,
exactly right. Yes.
So he's a red shirt sophomore next year. Right?
Yeah.
So Bunch. So was Bunch? Did he have a scholarship with
No.
Nebraska? That's probably why he's
Of
leaving.
course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
No scholarship, no chance to ever see the field. I mean, it doesn't make
Well, he
sense
did
to
play
stay
this year.
Well, going forward, because
Yeah.
you've got Adrian Martinez, who's further entrenched. Then you're going to bring in McCaffrey, and the year after that, Logan Smothers. It's just not a chance.
Smothers.
Plus Vedral is now eligible.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Vedral's
yeah,
not
yeah.
going to be a starter.
Oh, so
No,
no,
but
but
he
he's
would
a
be
good
ahead of
backup,
Bunch.
though, right?
Yeah, he'd be had a bunch.
Also,
And
I
he's-
hope Logan
yeah.
Smothers has a brother who we recruit someday.
Oh, the Smothers brothers.
Oh, I don't understand that reference. What does that mean?
I hope that we recruit,
Pat, if you got a
recruit
jet, go jet and do your
whose last name is Wife. Because we'd have a Smother, and then another guy named Yor. And then we'd have a Smother Yor
Ryan.
Wife.
I think it is better when you're tired.
Yeah.
When you speak less.
Yeah, just
That's just so
take it easy,
stupid.
Ryan.
What is wrong with you? You are really.
I feel like he just woke up out of a
deranged person.
dream and just kept talking from the dream.
He's got this huge grin on his face. He thinks it's so funny, and he's laughing. You know, inside his head, he's laughing way harder than he is even on the outside. he's like saying to himself, "Ryan, you got it. You got the goods, man."
I do have the goods.
Not the good.
By the way, I would normally feel bad about the prospect of leaving, but I think Joe's actually genuinely angling to push me out today. He's like, I want a seat. I want to be able to see the game. Go.
Yeah. Hey,
And,
well,
also,
Joe-
I'm
Joe-
the one who
well-
jets out all the time, so by you jetting out, it then
doesn't- it doesn't
legitimizes my doing
Right,
it at
which
other
is,
times.
which is what
And
I
Pat-
don't like about it.
And Pat, here's
it
the last
legitimizes Joe.
Joe has nothing to do for the next 6 days at
That's
all.
not true. I got to clean. I got to buy a couple of Christmas gifts.
No, yeah, okay, so he
That's it.
really has nothing to do for the next 6 days. So,
I got to schedule some more
Pat's
podcasts.
also the only person that actually knows anything about football.
Well, I think that's not. Oh, sideways throw.
You
good.
take the hit.
I think they called that a forward pass past the line
I
of
don't
scrimmage.
know if
though.
that was. Yeah,
I don't
think they
either,
did.
but I think they hold the call. I think they
Forward
hold
pat.
it up.
You think they call it a forward pat?
Oh, nice. Ryan, that's
If
good.
but I mean, if you were the quarterback that threw it,
You know what? I imagine
No.
if you didn't say anything for the rest of the podcast, you could
Be a
still
forward
get some
pat. Get it
good
'cause you'd be the
kudos
guy
for the
doing it.
ultimate lawyer.
Don't ruin the ultimate
Don't
lawyer.
ruin the ultimate lawyer.
I should have just rested on that. The defense rests, Your Honor. The ultimate lawyer.
Friends, rest. Hey, Pat. So is
Do you think in his really nice house he has the ultimate foyer?
the ultimate warrior's foyer.
Yeah, just say the ultimate lawyer.
so he has a party and like everyone who comes, he has to like point it out to them.
Yeah.
This is the ultimate foyer.
Aren't you
Where
also
do
a
we put our
lawyer?
jackets? Just don't put them on the ultimate foyer. Okay. No, you can put it on them.
Is a foyer a dresser or is it a room?
A foyer is a room.
It's a room.
I thought it was a dress.
Yeah, that's why you don't put it
It's
on
actually
the
a
foyer.
Hey,
foyer.
okay,
Foyer,
delete this part.
right?
I'm the
Foyer.
smartest. Hey, Pat.
Yeah.
So tell me about this Christmas party you're going to.
Oh, it's just for work.
Dude, look at how concerned he
just
looks.
for your department or the whole.
You know, he
Just
looks
department.
like Rob Corddry.
He does.
Yeah.
Especially in those roles where he plays like a conservative dad.
Yeah.
Yes. Letter Cordry.
I'm thinking of Rob Corddry
Like,
in the
he
movie
looks like
Butter.
the kind of dad that would be like, honey, are you having sex? Okay, I get
his
that you're-
wife?
No, to like his daughter. I get that you're a sexual being, honey. Okay, but we're gonna have
I
to lay
still
down.
feel like this is to his wife.
No, I don't.
Some
Yeah, what are you talking
have to
about?
lay down some ground rules.
What?
He looks like the
No.
cool dad that'd be like okay with his daughter fucking, but wouldn't.
No.
But would
No
like have
such
to
thing.
still-
No
Stop
such
it.
But
thing.
would like still have to give her the birds and the bees talk. Like, honey,
All right.
it's okay
the
that you
dad
wanna
doesn't
have
give the
sex
daughter
with
that
women.
in most cases. I
It's
would
your
hope.
body, honey.
That's what I'm hoping.
It's yeah.
My wife's dad just said, "Don't be a slut like your Aunt Della."
Is your wife going to this party tonight?
Yeah.
Is it free booze, free dinner?
Yeah.
Wait,
So, is it a
what?
full dinner?
It's free food. Yeah.
That's nice.
Your grandpa referred to his other daughter as Pat's
No.
aunt.
His Emma's dad said about his sister-in-law and her aunt said, "Don't. You're not following."
I am. I get
This
it.
is
Wow, look at that. That's elusive.
elusive with a brace.
Do we know?
Let's run some clock, Huskers.
Yeah. Let's run some clock. Hey, did Martinez play other sports? I imagine he was a good athlete. all
Basketball,
around. Was he?
but he
Yeah.
didn't. He didn't obviously his
He also
senior year because of the shoulder
Oh,
injury.
right.
he also
right.
played the game of baseball.
What do you mean?
Did he really play baseball?
Yeah.
I didn't remember. I knew he was a pretty good basketball
He was
player.
also a professional wrestler for ECW.
ECW. Oh man, I saw that. I ever tell you guys I saw that live? What a hoot! What a hoot!
What's ECW?
Extreme Championship Wrestling from like the '90s?
Oh, was that the bloody wrestling?
Yeah, it was great. It
Where
was
did you see
great.
that live?
Mid Hudson
Civic Center,
yeah.
right? Where they only had events that were bloody.
Do you think the Ultimate Lawyer jokes about being a fan of the Los Angeles Doyers? The ultimate Doyers.
Oh, that's funny. That's good.
No,
though.
but it's like his Mexican
Total Rob
brother-in-law
Corddry.
would.
Okay, come on, guys, let's clap. Next year, my name's on the back of every jersey.
Just as Fleck.
he's I mean they're not a bad team.
Yeah, they are.
Who?
Minnesota.
We're 6-6 this year. Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, I think
That's not bad.
They took it to
no,
Wisconsin.
you're standard.
That's
If
the-
you don't think 6-6 is bad, you're definitely not a Husker fan.
They improved
For
a lot
them?
at the end. Their last few games, they started to figure it out a little bit.
Yeah,
that
just like
scares me just a
Nebraska did.
little bit. Not quite to the same level, but I mean that win against Wisconsin. Granted, Wisconsin was coming unglued. That was kind of surprisingly impressive.
It's interesting how watching this for
Surprisingly
like 2
impressive.
hours, you can kind of dip in and out of conversation about the game and then the ultimate foyer and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can even talk about
It's a lot of
talking
fun.
about it.
It's a lot of fun.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna do an alternate sketch about a terrible backup quarterback called the Ultimate Hoyer.
3 people got that joke.
It's even more inside. Hats keep getting more and more inside.
I'm running out of letters in the alphabet.
Mine's going to be about the ultimate softball guy who gets kicked out of games called the Ultimate Moyer.
Mine's
Oh,
gonna
That
be
was
the,
for my
Now
brother
that's-
only.
Mine's
That
gonna
was wow.
That was as inside as it gets.
mine's
That
gonna
was
be
really inside.
Mark Moyer.
mine's gonna be
The ultimate Moyer.
about the kind of biggest fattest improviser
nice.
that was like not that great.
Mine's going to be
The ultimate Jamie Moyer.
Oh, okay, that's a different Moyer.
What, Mike?
Well,
What,
I'm
Mike?
going to do
First of
one.
all, she's hilarious.
She's not.
Oh,
She
okay.
is.
Oh, I didn't even hear what his description was. The other thing is
It was rude.
Oh,
I'll say that.
Well, she probably listens,
I'll say that
especially
was
to
very
the
rude.
bonus
Yeah.
episodes. Oh, I was going to do another alt. Oh yeah,
If Ryan wasn't
about
so
this?
much physically stronger than me,
how about the best guy?
I'd pick a fight with him right now.
How about the best guy to play a miniature version of Mike Myers, the Ultimate Troyer?
Okay.
Yeah.
Rest in
Troy,
peace.
Yes,
Rest in peace.
R.I.p. Poor guy.
R.I.P.
He had a lot of-
He could have been the
lot of
ultimate
demons.
lawyer, the Troyer lawyer.
I want to write one about
demons.
track and field stars called the Ultimate Joiner.
Jackie Joyner Kersey. That's the long way to go.
You could say,
Oh,
Doesn't
you let
quite
him have. You're letting people have. What'd you say, Moyer and Doyer? I can't.
The Ultimate Brian Hoyer.
Hey guys, quit trying to steal my bit.
We're trying to yes and your bit
No, you're trying to take it.
and shape it.
You're coming across kind of desperate. The Ultimate Cloyer.
Oh.
Another word I don't know.
should I ask Siri what other words rhyme with lawyer?
Do you have a Siri in here? Oh, that's on
No,
your phone. I mean,
I know what else
Alexa.
rhymes with Warrior. Husker football.
Hey,
Yeah.
Siri.
Let's return to the game for a second.
Hey, Siri. What words rhyme with lawyer?
Oh, your Siri only.
Oh, the
Sawyer.
ultimate Tom Sawyer.
The Ultimate Tom Sawyer, a Rush cover band
I
playing the Ultimate Tom
I already
Sawyer.
said that in my head though.
In your head? Oh.
She gave me
well,
one word. She gave me one
And
word.
it was Sawyer.
Oh, Siri.
Siri rhyme.
Siri, do you have any other words that rhyme with Sawyer, for instance? Not. Oh, your Siri. Siri. The
This is where I
problems
started to
we've been
worry a little bit about this game.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well,
I felt the same way.
Was this coming off the Northwestern game?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Ooh,
Who's
he
North-
punted that into the perfect place
Yeah.
with the sun. So
Is-
there. Oh yeah, what's the name's already gone at this point.
Is Caleb Lightborn?
Yeah, that's why Isaac Armstrong got the job.
I imagine Caleb Lightborn is not going to transfer, just wants to get his degree and then, you know.
No, he'll be at Oregon State next year.
Oh, he is transferring?
I think so. He's on the transfer database, isn't he?
No, I didn't see him in the transfer database.
Well,
Never
I mean,
mind.
at this point, what is he a junior, senior?
Oh look,
He'll be a
guys,
senior.
Minnesota
Yeah.
has the ball.
Guys, this
Snap
is
once.
tense. We need a
Oh,
turnover
he
here.
runs. Oh, fake! It's a fake over the middle. Tight end.
At
First
this
down.
were you watching this game at that bar?
I wasn't. I was watching it at home, nervous by
Tweety was. I think I was still finishing getting dressed to go to a wedding, but then pretty soon I had to watch a lot of it on Hulu on my phone.
Yeah, I watched this at the bar. I think I
Alone?
went to every game at the bar this year.
Were you alone?
No, it was like 20 people.
Oh, like all those Nebraska dudes who were at your house and stuff. Those guys are all good guys.
Yeah,
Those are
but
good
also
guys.
more than that, like guys we don't know.
More than that, more than words.
The bar in Hollywood?
What?
The bar on Sunset?
It's on Melrose.
Tyron Ferguson, I think, is going
It's
to be
across
really
the
good
street
next
from.
year.
It's across the street from the Groundlings.
What's that place called?
The Dark Room.
Oh, what was that bar we went to in Hollywood a few times?
Happy Indians.
That place doesn't exist anymore, does it?
That
It's
wasn't
called-
a bar. That was a massage parlor.
No, that was called. Now it's called. Like, what's that name of that stupid place?
It's
now,
called
Pat?
Unhappy Endings.
Sycamore Tavern.
Sycamore Tavern.
No.
And
Do you know what an unhappy?
that place sucked. So we left that place, and everybody got really mad at us.
Oh.
Well, not everybody. This one guy got really mad at us.
Would you ever want to own your own sports bar?
No.
You know what a happy ending is?
Yeah, it's when you're getting a massage, and then the girl pulls your dick out. And
Why do you
jerks it
gotta
off.
say
Okay,
those?
okay.
Why does it have to
Do you
be
know
so
what
crude?
Do you know what an unhappy ending is?
When you don't come.
Well, I'll tell you what it is. Ready? It's when you're really, really drunk, and you're with a girl, and she's also
I'm walking out.
really, really drunk, and you guys are kind of doing it and fooling around, and she's trying to hold your stuff and get it going, but she's too drunk to
When you say
realize.
your stuff, are you talking about your jacket?
No, I'm talking about your junk.
Keys.
Yeah.
Oh,
your
keys.
keys. And you're so drunk that you know it's not going to happen, but in order to make her stop, you just pee all over her hand. That's an unhappy ending.
That was the worst thing I've ever heard. I don't like the way this. I kind of now I realize I like that the Husker Max guy wants it G-rated because this stuff is just awful. Where's the creativity?
Bring it. Bring the creativity then. You're on the podcast. You're part of this.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm rated G, baby. Sure. I want all people over 70 in some sort of camp. But but other than that,
Just to keep them away from us.
yeah,
The smell.
Row.
the smell.
That old smell.
Oh man, see that guy? The quarterback put his head down like he was trying to get targeting.
Well, that's the backup who came in.
Well, watch, he puts his head down like he's trying to get targeting called.
Is he? He's not the guy who ended up starting,
Oh,
though, is it? Did they get
amazing
another
that
guy
this
who ended up being
guy-
their starter?
Isn't it kind of fascinating? This guy got recruited by University of Minnesota, and his last name is Minnesota.
That is weird. You think it's almost like they did it on purpose?
Did you just snot all over yourself, Joe?
It's just incredible.
They did a great job of getting guys to the school to match the uniforms.
You went from 0 microphones to 2 in half a second.
That's how Minnesota recruits. They just have names on the back, and they try to find a guy who fills the name. So it's like, okay, well, we have four Johnsons. That's good for this next incoming class. Unfortunately, we have a Zimberski. It's going to be hard to find another Zimberski. Who plays football?
That is
Actually, that was pretty physical play. That was just taking him to the sideline.
Taking it to the sideline.
When does this get posted today?
No.
No, we'll never post this.
Yeah, I hope not. I think there's no reason for it. Let me ask you guys a recruiting question since I wasn't on the podcast. When is the early signing day? It's tomorrow, right?
No, Wednesday.
Wednesday. And do they think they're going to end up getting?
21
Did you
out of
think
the
early
22.
signing day was on a Sunday?
I thought on a Sunday, right after church.
How are they going to sign if they're not at school?
Good point.
Come on.
I didn't think of that. So they're thinking they're going to get 28 out of 30?
Oh,
Oh, I remember this.
Oh, and he caught it.
He did. This is where it was scary, right here.
Yes, those are the kind of things.
Well, look at the score, and you're like, oh, no.
those it's like those bad luck things.
But I think this is where Nebraska started to grow up and find themselves a little bit.
Because during the
look at this
Pelini era,
play right
if that happened
there.
during
Yeah.
the Pelini era,
Game over.
The game was over.
Well, because
How many-
Pelini would be out on the field adding
Yes.
a 1st and 10. He'd take it halfway to the goal line
and then
with a.
screaming at the guys and them losing their confidence. People don't realize. Did you get anybody watch any of that Bob Knight documentary?
No, I haven't yet.
It's really good.
But not only would Nebraska have lost, they would have lost by multiple scores.
Yes,
They would have stopped
yes.
scoring at this point.
Yes.
They would have fumbled the kickoff, another score, and then the route was on.
You see those that
Ultimate lawyer.
that Bob Knight documentary was really telling.
Who was it about?
It was about this guy named Husker Terry.
Wait, it's about Bob Knight. He didn't do the documentary.
Well, what's good about see in football, they wear helmets, so you don't get to see their faces. But toward the end of Knight's tenure at Indiana, he was just so angry.
And every player,
you see their faces were so long.
And he's yelling at them, and they're just in a huddle. I did see that.
They're
part.
just afraid to, you're afraid to make a mistake.
Yeah,
and that's
he's a
what
big
Pelini
running
was
back.
like.
Yep.
They were afraid to make a mistake, and therefore.
Oh, you mean Mark Pelini?
Who's Mark Pelini?
Mark Bo.
Well,
Pelini?
that's Bo's actual name.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, Mark Pelini.
Wow.
Did he quit Youngstown State?
No, we're wondering if he's going to get if he's going to be brought back.
To where? Nebraska?
No, to Youngstown State.
Oh yeah, that's still up in the air. Yeah, it's amazing that people, and he's not an unintelligent man. He's a bright guy, and Bobby Knight was an incredibly bright guy. How they just couldn't see that tactic. Now it did work
I would
for
argue
Knight.
Bobby Knight was more intelligent than Bo, though.
Sure.
Yeah, no,
But-
Bo
and
isn't. Bo's the kind of guy that's like, we need to get in this cave. I'll just punch these rocks until they're all gone.
Right.
He was a good rock puncher.
Yeah, he was a great rock puncher, one of the best. But
He's the kind of guy that would hire the ultimate lawyer.
But
Yeah,
see,
but not to be a lawyer.
See, Bobby Knight, then
To hang out with.
you almost have to say the Knight, because Knight, it did work for Knight for a number of years.
When he coached at Texas Tech, why didn't they change the name to the Knight Riders?
I guess they should have.
Were they the Red Raiders?
Look at those people.
Yes.
So they
Look
were
at those
the
people
Red
trying to.
The Knight Riders. The Knight Raiders.
They weren't I thought they were the Red Riders, and that's wrong.
The Red Riders, that's a good name.
The Red Riders, that's people that have sex on their period, right?
Oh, my God, man.
My joke was classy.
The Big Ten Network can sense a potential Minnesota comeback
Yes,
right
that's
here.
why they show that, of course.
Oh, that was.
They had that stuff already ready and lined up to go.
He's like, hey, man, I'm sorry.
Hey,
I'm
I'm
sorry
not going to beat you
stink."
again for the next 10 years, so
Yeah, and-
deal with it.
You'd have a hard time convincing the press of that based on that beachside practice facility. Northwestern's going to get every friggin' recruit now.
Oh, yeah, everyone that can get into Northwestern. That's the big problem with Northwestern.
Oh, they have a practice facility right on the lake now?
I mean, within inches.
Oh, wow.
But again,
It's amazing.
Northwestern can have the best facilities in the world. If you're that good at football and that good at academics, you're going to Stanford
Yeah, that's a good point.
or Notre Dame if you're
but-
that good.
Yes and no. I don't know. I mean, yeah, you might be
They're
right.
gonna- it's gonna bump them up in the Big
if you want a
Ten.
career as a broadcaster or a actor,
It's going to make
entertainer,
them
you
more
want
of
to
a
go
pain in the
Northwestern.
ass
Yeah.
than they already are. I mean,
Say that again?
They're going to be more of a pain in the ass than they already are.
No, I think Frost is going to solve the Northwestern problem pretty easily. And I also think
you
what's going to
talking
happen
about-
is we're going to...
Yeah, Minnesota got
Poisoning
kneed in
the
the
water
face.
in Evanston?
No, I think we're going to start seeing a 60-40 Nebraska Northwestern split at every game. There he is.
Who's that?
That's Washington.
Yeah, he's explosive. He looks like he's a pretty big guy, too.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Northwestern anymore. Although that's the only game my ex-wife watches, Northwestern-Nebraska game.
Really?
She texted me after Nebraska lost.
Sorry, Joe. Sorry about the loss.
Is she every female Jewish character played in sketch comedy in the 1980s?
No, that's
well,
no.
geez,
no.
if you're, I mean,
I was pretty
if you were
close.
going to give a stereotypical description, that wouldn't be awful.
Sorry, Joe.
But
that
the-
Northwestern won.
That's not a great impression.
Relax.
actually.
Dog Aloha.
What?
I was reading this play. That's what the play's called.
A dog aloha.
Oh, he's so
dude,
Look
he's-
at that in the balance.
Oh,
the
He just
future.
Krav Maga choked him.
Yes.
That guy number 35,
That's what they
Minnesota.
have
That
to
guy
do.
number 36, Minnesota choked him.
Yeah, Krav Maga.
It was number
That
Minnesota.
that was a Krav Maga choke. Yes.
It was.
That
That's the
move.
one that got me.
And then
right
they
there.
just-
That's
Yes.
exactly the one that got me. The pullback and everything.
Yes.
He Krav Maga'd him.
Not cool, guys.
You
Krav
know,
Maga.
the third one, we did a lot of kicking in my third Maga.
Yeah.
my third Maga.
Is that what it's called? Is that what presidential terms are called now? Magas.
Magas. My third
A
McGaw.
two-term McGaw.
Man, Pelini, so Frost came in. He's like, you guys can make mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes.
And they took him for his word those first few games.
Those first 6 games. But
Antonio,
what would he be, Coach?
The bones.
he built them up, though. He built them up, in a more modern way.
He built
He didn't have to break them down to build them up.
He built this city.
I really do admire Scott Frost. They probably could have brought him in instead of Riley then, but I think
No, this is
it
better.
was meant to be.
The recruiting wouldn't have been as good.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, it's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, I think if things didn't go as well to start out, he wouldn't have had the capital to get by with it. He can point to UCF after that 0-6 start this time around.
And following Pelini was tougher than following Riley. Even though Pelini was not popular, he won that 9 games every year.
Yeah, he had a
so
good winning
anybody
record.
who was
Yeah,
going
that's
to
a good
lose
point.
after that was going to take a little bit of, hey, we like you, Frost, but Pelini at least was able to win. So
Right.
Riley was the palate cleanser ultimately.
So maybe it all had to be the way it
He
had
was
to
the
be.
sorbet in every definition of the word. Kind of like, not quite dessert, but I'll eat it.
If Saban wins the national championship this year, you think he retires?
Yes,
You do?
maybe.
So you think Saban and Meyer would go out in the same year?
And then Dabo goes to Alabama.
No, you think?
Where did Dabo go to college?
Auburn?
Alabama.
But here's his chance to beat Alabama.
LSU?
That's true.
Did he play football at Alabama?
Yes.
Oh, then he's going there.
I thought he was. I thought he went to South Dakota State, and he's going to go to his alma mater now.
Dabo went to South Dakota.
No,
The North Dakota State, or is it who's the guy who went to Kansas State?
North Dakota State, and they beat South Dakota State in the semifinals last night, and it looks like they'll play Eastern Washington because Eastern Washington is
this is
crushing whoever they're playing
And
right
this
now.
is the championship. This is the level right below them, right?
Yes.
That'll be good for. I think that's a good fit for Kansas State. Guy like that.
Sure.
It's funny. So Craig Bowl started that North Dakota State dynasty. Then took that to a Wyoming job. Was able to mortgage it into that. But then Chris Kleeman takes over at North Dakota State, and then he turns that into an even bigger job, at
yeah.
Kansas State.
How's Bowl been at Wyoming?
Okay.
Yeah. Well, he's got that guy in the NFL.
This guy,
on the Bills, yeah.
This guy's just holding the spot for Bill Snyder for a couple of years.
For him to come
The
back
corpse
again.
of Bill Snyder's gonna come back on a Halloween game and just
Remember when Bo went after
Too
Bill
much
Snyder?
time, man.
what?
Don't you remember when Bo Pelini went after Bill Schneider? As
Wait,
the
tried to
DC?
hit him?
Yeah.
His 1 year as the defensive coordinator,
Yeah.
he thought Snyder was running up the score, which my dad would point out rightly. It wasn't really his place to do that because Nebraska put up a lot of crooked numbers on Kansas State back in the day, and
Oh
that's
my
why
God.
Snyder was doing it. And Bo Pelini just didn't know his history.
Sure.
I mean, Snyder's cumulative score against Nebraska is probably like 875 to like 300 is over the years what he had to sustain. So that is Bo being
Schneider,
not in the know.
You have to
Bo
give.
don't know.
Bo doesn't know. You really do have to give Schneider a ton of credit for taking the worst program in college football
I guess.
and doing what he did.
Well, he gave him so much
Absolutely.
time, and he was. You know
he
what he was?
turned it pretty quickly.
And he was early in on the JUCO
Yes.
stuff.
Yes, he was.
He had a lot
Yes, he
of JUCO
was.
players going there.
Yep, that was right, and he was smart to do that.
Sure. Because you're getting a higher grade of player than you're normally going to get to come to Kansas State.
Yep.
Now, I don't recall what the criminal history of Kansas State was during those years, but I would.
I don't think it was that. I don't think it was worse than Nebraska's.
Well, they weren't winning championships either.
Gifford. Nice name.
I'll tell you,
Doesn't it get confusing, do you think, during practice when he's like, Minnesota, cover Minnesota?
All right, yeah, Minnesota.
who's
Not Minnesota. I'm talking to Minnesota. Dang it.
76 Minnesota.
I used to have a
There's
basketball
one
coach.
dude with Wisconsin for the name.
what are you doing here? That's it. Oh, you got to wrap him up, though, friend.
That's funny.
Look at the oar.
Oh, I see the old now.
yeah,
Oh, that
I don't
is
like it.
silly. It's silly.
Was that Dedrick who hit him and didn't wrap it?
Dedrick. Ooh, you gotta make that
Yeah,
tackle.
he got 4 more yards. Boodle!
Is Boodle's not a senior, is he?
No, he is now, I think, right?
He will be in April.
Yes.
Or May or whatever.
DiCaprio Boodle he'll always be the beginning of the podcast.
He'll be a junior next year. Oh. It'll be his 4th year in the program, but he'll be a junior.
Oh, that's right. He's just getting started, baby.
He's not bad.
No, he's great.
Yeah, he's not a bad player.
Probably the best cornerback we've ever had.
Don't you remember?
Ralph Brown will rip you apart.
Amukamara was good.
Mukamura's having a nice season with
Yeah,
the
he
Bears.
is.
Yeah, well, let's see what Boodle does. Let's see what Boodle does. He's just a sophomore.
Who was that guy?
The guy who's on the Eagles, who's a linebacker now, he played a lot last game.
Was there
Nate Gary.
Yeah,
there
he's doing good.
Yeah, Nate Gary. Dishman. Was there a Dishman who was a high pick?
Chris
From
Dishman?
Nebraska?
Yeah, he played,
Chris
yeah.
Dishman was a lineman with the Cardinals.
There was in the late '80s. There was a corner who went really high in the draft for Nebraska.
Late
No,
late
I'm talking
80s?
late '80s.
Well, in the 90s, there was Michael Booker.
I remember Booker, Mike Brown, Minter. Minter had a nice NFL
He
career.
had a hell of an NFL career. But there was a Chris Dishman cornerback in the NFL, but that was not the Nebraska Chris
Character?
Dishman.
I gotta remember this.
I think the early 2000s.
If I remember, you mean look up.
Yeah.
Because Character was like a Callahan kid, right?
Well, also, he wasn't a defensive back. He was an end.
Oh,
Let me
right.
look this up.
I didn't realize you guys were talking about defensive backs. I thought you were talking about just defensive players.
Yeah,
Wow.
well, that's
Yeah, he got drafted high by the Rams.
that's because you keep waking up out of your slumber and catching the end of sentences.
Well, if you guys weren't so goddamn boring.
That's fair.
Minnesota, I need you to throw it to Minnesota.
That was fun.
Minnesota 8.
What if everything that is how they do everything?
It's just all
Each
Minnesota.
play is just how many, like, if you want to do like an I form, like just straight to the middle run, you got to go Minnesota, Minnesota. But if you want to do like a slant pass, then it's Minnesota, 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 Minnesota. Right?
I got lost in that.
Yes, exactly right. They couldn't be more right.
You have to continue to do your job, play your assignment, and don't try to do too much. That's where bad things can happen defensively.
Row.
You try to do
Row one.
his job.
I got it.
Who?
Bruce Pickens.
Played for the Houston Oilers, bro.
Easy picking.
Bruce Pickens, the number 3 pick in the draft in '91.
See, I was missing it because I started with 89 and was working backwards.
Oh, Pat. He played on the team in '89.
That was the same. Year Kenny Walker got
To
drafted.
the Denver
Kenny
Broncos.
Skywalker of the New York Knicks. Oh,
Kenny Walker,
the
The
he was
deaf
deaf.
All-American.
Yeah. That story brought tears to my eyes.
You don't know how to cry. You faked it.
He and Mike Crowell got drafted by the Broncos.
It's
same
actually
year.
Mike Kroll. Crowell. I mean, this guy. Why is he even on the podcast?
Had a lot of guys get drafted that year.
Okay, you're probably looking at the same thing. How many the New York the
Good luck
Nebraska
by Minnesota.
Cornhuskers have twice had the number 1 pick in the draft?
Cornhuskers?
Yes.
I know who they
Who are
are.
the two
Neil,
players?
you can't be
Irving
punching
Fryer.
people.
Yeah, Irving Fryer's one. You'll never get the first one. I'll just tell you the year. It's 1937.
Oh, Bob
His
Whitaker.
name isn't Trayvon, is it? It's just Trey.
Bob Whitaker.
Sam
I
Francis.
said Trayvon Neal like a dumbass.
Oh, yes.
Okay, they've had.
I think Tweety's just kind of having a
They've had
conversation
five-
with himself right now.
they've had
But yes,
five
it is
number
not
2
Trayvon.
picks.
It's just Trey.
Right.
They've
I
had
corrected
5 number
myself.
2
I don't know
picks.
what anyone listening to this is getting. Like from this perspective, I haven't heard anything Ryan said for about the last 40 minutes, except for an occasional turnaround. He just keeps mumbling into his microphone.
The Nebraska Cornhuskers have had 5 number 2 picks.
Nakamadan Sue.
Can you name all of them?
Can you name all of them?
I just named one.
Lawrence
And
Phillips.
Dominican Sue.
And Dominican Sue. No, Phillips was not.
No, we'll get to him.
Grant Wistrom.
Mike Rozier. No.
Yep.
Yeah, it
That's
was. They
right.
were 1-2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was Johnny Mitchell too?
No, he was like 14. We're not there yet. So there's all right. I'll just
Dave Remington.
no, but
Thomas
the other
Davis.
great one.
Oh, Dean
Neil
Steinkuhler.
Smith.
Yep. Yep. Okay, and Neil Smith. Yep. And now the other one is an NFL Hall of Famer.
Bob, what's his name?
Brown. That's it. Yep. Pickens is the only number 3. Mike Kroll's the only number 4. There's 2 number 5s.
You already named one of them, I think.
Who?
Phillips.
No.
He's 6.
He was 6.
So was Jason Peter, also 6.
No, he was not.
He wasn't?
Wistrom 5?
Wistrom was not 5. He was 6. There is 2. One of them was a great linebacker, and the other one was a defensive tackle.
Broderick Thomas.
No, he was number 6 as well. So we've gotten all
lot
the
of
number
sixes.
6s.
Mike Rucker.
No, this guy was the best player on the defense the year before Nebraska won the national championship in '94.
Trev Alberts.
Yes.
Nice.
The other guy is also a well-known player from the '70s, John Dutton.
Our dad played softball with him.
Yes.
Dallas
That's right.
Cowboys.
Yep.
So did he play? He played softball with Dutton in Nebraska during the off season after Dutton would graduated.
Yeah.
He played with a bunch of guys in a softball league.
All right, we got all the number 6s. Number 7, there's 2 7s.
This is a solid defensive stand, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
True, it is.
You said 6s?
Clap.
We did
Look,
them
we did
all.
all the 6s. We
Clap.
named them.
Phillips, Broderick Thomas, and Grant.
Up the middle, up the middle.
This was where the worry would have been,
Nice.
and this is
Swarmed
where
him.
you stop it. You shut it down.
2 number 7s.
Let him know, Silly. Let him know we ain't shit.
One is fairly well known in Nebraska lore. The other one goes back again to 1937.
So give us a 37 one we won't get.
Lloyd Cardwell.
And give us another clue about the other one. 80s, 90s.
He was a pick in 1980 by the Atlanta Falcons.
Jimmy Miller.
Junior Miller.
Junior Miller.
Yes.
Tight end.
What does it say underneath on the black part of their helmets on the back?
Man, 1937, Nebraska had the
I'm gonna look
number
for that.
1 pick,
On the back, you
the
said?
number 7
It
pick,
looks like it
and the
says
number
Ski
8
Moolah
pick.
or something.
Oh, Ski-U-Ma. That's a Minnesota thing.
And the number 8 pick.
Still, 3 top 10 picks
Yeah.
in the NFL draft.
1937.
That's a good trivia thing, folks. Remember that. Nebraska
So the
had 3
actual
of the top
Minnesota
10
thing,
picks.
it's the very end, and his oar is the entire.
The highest
Oh, run, everybody.
ever quarterback drafted was drafted number 11.
Vince Ferragamo.
No, Jerry Taggy.
Oh.
By the way, Tweety,
Yep.
because you were curious, Ski-U-Ma has been a thing used
We'll do this
from
later.
Minnesota since 1884.
Okay.
It was a rugby captain heard some young Sioux boys yell out "Ski-U," and then they just added the "ma" part, I guess.
Cool.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut into the trivia.
No,
I felt it was reasonable to answer that.
it was. And things are happening for us now. Ooh, watch the face
Nice play,
guarding,
Boodle.
friend.
He waited a second to celebrate, though.
That's
Yeah.
Boodle.
Yeah, boodly doodly. Oh, boodly doodly. Is that, you think that'll catch on, Ryan?
I don't know.
Hashtag boodly doodly. Can we start a social media movement with hashtag boodly doodly? Boodly doodly.
With that mustache, you look like you could be saying those kinds of things out on your lawn.
Boodly doodly?
Yeah, you got
But
a
that's
real
good-
Ned Flanders
that
kind
guy
of
must
thing.
have been a nice, friendly guy. People would want to live next to me.
Boodly doodly.
Boodly doodly. Nice play, Boodly.
Turn around, boodle doodle.
Like when he makes a nice play, it's called the doodle.
Oh,
and when
yeah.
he makes a really nice play, it's a boodly doodly.
Our first cat's name was Doodle.
For 3 weeks.
When he makes a bad play, it's a boodle diddle.
Yes. A doodly. No, a.
A boodle diddle does
Yeah,
what
a
a doodle
doodly
diddle
boodly
does.
is a bad
It's a
play.
buttle.
A boodle
It's a
duty.
butthole.
A boodle
Yeah,
duty.
here
Instead
we
of a
go.
boodle, it's a
There
butt.
goes Ryan, bringing it back to his butthole again.
Thanks for your input,
Thanks,
Ryan.
Ryan. Ryan says nothing for 40
He's the
minutes and
worst.
turns around
Okay,
and says, it's
here's-
a butthole.
Here's a campaign. Campaign right now. Get Ryan off the podcast.
Hashtag
Hashtag
doodly
slit.
boodly.
Hashtag
We'll know what
slit
you
his
mean.
throat.
Jesus. Oh, God. You're going to get people arrested.
Let's give you people.
And a hashtag started.
Well, he chose to do it though on the less listened to thing. It's the bonus episode.
We can say anything in the bonus episode.
Well, I don't like to say everything.
No. Fumble.
Fumble. What's wrong?
I'm just looking at Deshaun Watson here.
Ooh, this is interesting news. Spirit Airline is one of the most on-time airlines now.
It is. It's like having a retarded Siri that won't stop talking. Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry. I'm in Los Angeles.
Los
Not cool. Not cool, man.
Los Angeles, it's
Not
called.
cool.
Los
Oh, God.
Angeles.
You're a fascist.
Why am I fashion? No, I'm fashionable. I
Nice. He's
You're
a fashionista.
fascist. It's okay to say words, guys.
You mixed up a fascist and a
Not
fashionista.
for me, Ryan.
Well, guess what?
Words hurt.
In this house, we're in America,
Turds hurt too.
and in this house, we've got freedom of speech.
That's
If
debatable.
turds hurt,
First Amendment.
they're very
Only thing more
dehydrated turds,
important than
apparently.
owning guns is the freedom to say things.
Depends on if you've been hit
you
from
know
a
what?
high.
My goal,
high height.
Ryan, I've realized, is to help you become a better person.
I love
You're-
that there
you're-
are like two conversations going on at a time throughout this thing here.
I'm only seeing the edges of the TV screen, so I can only see what's happening on
That's
the
your own
end.
fault.
It's
Right.
your big head's fault.
Ryan,
Well, you're about to get the
Doodly,
left chair.
boodled?
I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here.
oh, you're taking off?
Pat's got to go,
You gonna wear a
folks.
suit
We went
tonight?
long.
Just very casual.
Well, now I
Yeah.
can see.
You gonna be very casual?
Let's
Oh,
say
but-
goodbye
yeah,
to Pat.
Pat.
I know Ryan's mad that Pat's going, but
Hey,
we
man, you
can't
need
stay
some
here
money?
for
Get a
5
pair of
hours.
jeans that actually
I'm
fit?
staying though the whole time.
Oh. I'll give you a pair of jeans for crying out loud. Slightly.
Ryan, say goodbye to Pat.
When do you,
Bye, Pat.
When do you go back to
Oh,
Nebraska?
don't be mad.
I'm not. I'm trying to. There's way
Merry
too much
Christmas,
going
man.
on.
I hope you have a good New Year too.
See you later, Pat. Everyone, say goodbye to Pat at your
Have
own
fun tonight.
time.
Eat a lot at the party.
Yeah.
Have some drinks too. Loosen up. Now he's gone, guys. Let's have some fun.
I don't know, man. I kind of don't like you, Mike.
Whoa.
I know, we don't like each other.
We don't.
It's pretty apparent.
I don't want to be in the middle of this. Let's just run out the rest of this game here,
All right,
folks.
quietly.
Yeah. Let's just all sit quietly and let everyone enjoy this victory. We won't interrupt much except to go like, yeah. Good
Raphael.
catch. Good effort. Now I can see Ryan a little. I can at
Right.
least tell if, boy, you really put your face right into the
That's
microphone,
just no.
don't
I'm
you?
just because I'm just tired of holding it with my hand.
tired.
Are you
He's
smelling
tired.
your mic? Are you holding yourself up with your microphone?
Yeah.
Ryan, does muscle milk have a lot of sugar in it?
I don't know. It shouldn't have. If it has more than 4 grams, don't
Yeah.
take it.
Oh, nice.
Spielman.
Boy, he is shifty.
Elusive.
Yeah, he's a good little player. He'll be a pro, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely.
for sure.
His Chris Spielman is his father, right?
No, that's his uncle.
It's his uncle.
Rick Spielman, the GM of the Minnesota Vikings,
Right,
is his
right,
dad.
right, yes,
His
that's
adopted
right.
father.
Yes.
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 It's his father.
No.
Well, I bet he considers it his father.
God.
Well, but his biological father is a different person.
Well, that's very clear and obvious if you saw.
His father is a term. It doesn't. I didn't say biological. I said he's his father, the person who
He didn't
raised
say
him.
his.
The person who
spooge
loved him.
provider,
The person who loved him, the person who raised him,
not the person who jizzed him.
the person who loves him. Come on, Joe.
What?
The language, all of you guys.
Ryan encourages it for this one.
Yeah,
Why?
because it's not as boring as listening to a bunch of yokels like you.
Yokels.
Yeah.
I'm a
Just
yokel.
yokeling it up over
You
there.
guys
Yeah.
are both born at the same hospital.
I don't think Ryan was born at St. Elizabeth's.
Yeah, I think I was.
Oh yeah.
I've been schooled.
That's the one.
You
on
guys were in the same.
I was in the.
You were in the same. What do you call it? Maternity ward.
I'm pretty sure that's
Even
the
though
main,
Mike was born a year earlier.
2 years earlier, my folks left me there. And then
Mike
realized
was in
they're
the-
like,
Mike was fully
took-
healthy,
it took
but
an
he was
extra-
hanging out in the ICU for 2 years.
It took him 2 years to get for his brain to grow in. Because his
That's
brain's
true.
so stupid and slow.
oh,
Oh.
hey, words hurt.
Good. I hope they hurt a lot.
It did a little.
I
bit.
wish that words could physically hurt you.
I wish I could write the words down and pick them up off the page and sharpen them and stab you with them.
Oh, Ryan, what are you doing for
At least
Christmas?
they're running the clock here a little bit.
What are you doing for Christmas?
Nothing.
You staying here?
Yeah.
Oh,
Are your folks coming out?
They were supposed
they're
to.
supposed to.
Okay.
Oh, see, this is good. This is what they didn't do in that Colorado game where they kept going pace.
It's the first game. Yeah.
But they didn't even have their starting quarterback
Yeah.
at the time they were doing it, I think. Like, slow it down
Oz
when you're up. That's just
one.
this is what I want to see when Nebraska's up. You can still run the pace and keep the defense out there on the field, but then run the clock down a little. Even now, 17 seconds? All right.
Oh.
Well, okay.
Wow.
Never mind.
Wow.
I'll shut up.
Wow.
Shut up. I guess that worked.
Wow.
Woo!
He's
That's
so
what he said.
talented.
But now give him a breather and run the clock down to 2.
No.
It is exciting to have a player
Why
like
no?
that.
Why no?
Why not? Why no?
Because you want to run as many plays as possible. You want to wear their team down. Our team isn't going to wear down.
All right. I just feel
Martinez
like
isn't even breathing heavy yet.
I doubt
But that guy can't even hold his mouthpiece in.
I'm trying to get it in. I'm so tired.
Minnesota, get your mouthpiece in now.
No, other Minnesota.
Got all the Minnesota with mouthpiece all over the place.
Throw that ball forward.
PJ Fleck.
J.D. Spielman got shoved at the end of the play, turned around to confront the shover.
And it was Spielman.
It was Morgan.
Now they're friends again,
Yeah.
though. They were enemies.
They were?
No. Just for a minute.
Stanley
For a brief
Morgan.
moment.
What a champion this guy is.
See? Yeah, run the clock down. That away. Blessed.
Blessed.
Eagle.
Eagle hot, blessed in.
Eagle hot blessed end. Or Eagle blessed hot end. No, it was the first one. Yeah, should have run Eagle blessed hot end.
Yeah,
You know,
but you ran the
so-
you ran the
We're having
blessed.
the hot blessed end.
Yeah.
You know, I think let me throw something
But
out
that
at
still
you.
makes more sense than Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Because you have to be on point. If you miss
One extra Minnesota and you're done.
right, or if somebody just doesn't count right, or if everybody
Or if
doesn't
nobody
count
knows
right.
that that's the way you call plays.
right. Look
Why
at
is he
him.
yelling that?
They're not even allowed to say anything
Look at
about
those cheap
Minnesota.
helmets.
So I imagine his halftime speeches are confusing. So we got Minnesota over here, and he's doing this. Why would Minnesota?
We all gotta play like Minnesota.
But if Minnesota had half the heart as Minnesota, they'd be all county by now. They still have all county in Minnesota, right? For their college team.
Yes. He's like, I want a team of Minnesotas, not a team of
You
Minnesotas.
got me, Minnesota. You're down to fourth string, Minnesota. Suit
You're up
up.
to third string, Minnesota. You're up to second string.
That's why they get so many 12 men on the field penalties.
yeah. I'm surprised they don't get more.
Minnesota, stay
Right.
in. Minnesota,
Minnesota
you're out.
squad.
I'm surprised there's not 22 Minnesotas on the field at every beginning of every play.
That's
Because they're all
true.
confused.
In a
Minnesota,
way.
get out there.
In a way, we should be complimenting them.
Here, I'm going to make a statement about Nebraska's future national championship hopes. So, what's the dude's name who's now coaching at UCLA, who used to be at Oregon?
Chip Kelly.
So Chip Kelly, didn't he play in 2 national championship games that he lost, or
No.
just one?
One. Helfrich was in another one, I think.
Okay. So both those guys had these like up-tempo offenses that Frost is doing. Huge, big play, all these like smaller guys. But what I think Nebraska will have an advantage over, and I think what ended up happening when those guys played in those national championship games, and they were both close games, if I remember, they tired down because these
Yes.
other teams they played were bigger.
Well, those SEC teams are huge.
Bigger. I think what Nebraska has going for them, once they sort of hit their rhythm, is they're playing a Big Ten schedule, so they have to be
Their
bigger.
lines need to be big.
They have to be bigger. So I think that really will end up benefiting them.
Well, it's
when
been-
they end up playing in those national championship games.
And look at Ohio State. I mean, those are all NFL
yes.
linemen.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Awful.
Was this a touchdown?
No, Pickering stopped them. At least enough.
That's not Pickering.
No, but Pickering slowed him
down.
up. Remember, we talked about this, actually. Number 6 comes all the way down the field on this play. Watch the replay, and you're going to see how important it is that he stopped this guy in a minute. Watch the guy who chases all the way down the field from the other side. So, it's not even one of those two guys. He's coming from way over. This dude, Lee, or Anderson. I think it's Lee. I think that was Lee who came all the way across the field.
Is he crying?
Now, watch how important it was that he stopped this guy. Not on this play. Never mind. But if he only tackled him at the 1, that's a touchdown right there. Is anyone listening to me?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you looking at?
Minnesota?
Nothing. No, I'm just kind of like.
Watch this. This was important. That tackle by Lee. I think they talk about it later on. They show him. They isolate him.
How fast he is?
Well, how far he ran to make that tackle on
the
the
angle
kick.
he took?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's important. Because I think something good happens in one of these next couple plays.
Is that always been the font they used in the end zone, or is that different font?
Yes. Remember? See? Tippity dippity. Boodly doodly.
Oh, was that Boodly Doodly?
Pickly dickly. No, I think Dedrick Young got it.
Ryan, do you every Christmas? Let me ask
Look
you
at
a
this
question.
pile up. Everyone's on the same team. They're pulling the pile apart. No one. It's like, get up, guys, get up. Oh, we're all on the same team.
Have you like your whole life gotten something Nebraska related for Christmas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See? Without that tackle.
Are the Davis brothers seniors? Or are they juniors?
juniors,
as well?
I
That's
think.
great. That's great to have.
I think
that
maybe
kinda-
one of them. No, maybe they played as.
They both played. I think they both.
Maybe they're juniors. Maybe they never redshirted. Lee. So they're going to show, yes. This was such a huge play.
These seats are uncomfortable after a while.
Heck yam.
You can stand up for a while.
Now watch this. Here we go.
Just got Mary Sloppins on DVD.
Nice. Look at it. He just keeps going. Takes him out. And he's out. He gave it his all. Good work, Lee. You've earned your scholarship.
For this week.
Well, he was highly touted.
Lee Jr. or
He
senior?
looks like a chubby Stanley Morgan.
Yep. Him and Avery Anderson were, I think it's Avery Anderson, were both from Colorado, big-time recruits. He just has incredible balance. I'm worried about those long legs, though.
Who?
Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the position he plays, long legs.
Yes.
It's like, I mean, I watched that with Anthony, too, when he's playing soccer against some littler guys. These kids can just, the little ones, you just have such a lower center of gravity.
Right. They move so much quicker.
Yeah.
Now, he is incredibly elusive. You just don't see a lot of
this
guys
Washington
of that.
guy,
And
yeah.
he'll be more built
Well,
next year.
You know
he'll
who
look
had
like
long-
Dickerson.
I was about to say, Dickerson had
Yes,
long legs.
but he was
yes.
just bigger legs. Yes. Ricky Williams was tall, too.
Who's the guy, the Henry on...
Derrick Henry?
Derrick Henry.
Oh,
that looked old school.
I was about to say, that's old school Nebraska there. The 20 yards open downfield play action touchdown.
Look at those old timers smiling.
That's a very familiar play in a Nebraska blowout right there.
Mm-hmm.
You run, and then you finally get a guy wide open like that. Good D, Minnesota. Do they all have C's? That's the other thing. Are there all captains in Minnesota? See a lot of C's there.
Just tired of Minnesota. Although I think Minneapolis is kind of a cool town. You ever been there, Ryan?
What?
Ever been to Minneapolis?
Yeah.
It's watching the clock more than us.
Yeah, I have.
Should we just turn it off?
No, our listeners deserve to hear Ryan watching the clock.
My wife's got to go shopping. I got to take off in a second.
No, you can't. No, only one of us gets to leave. And Pat used his today.
Well, two have left. Pat and Ryan.
I'm still here, baby.
Ryan's
Not really.
If nothing else, he's manning the board. Look at that. He's like Data.
Data from
Ask me any question.
From Star
Mike.
Trek.
Ask
The
me
yellow skin guy?
Ask me any question, Mike.
About what?
About
Anything.
the game.
Oh, yeah. Who has more rushing yards?
Yes, Jenkins or Smith?
Ziggy has
Minnesota.
Ziggy has more.
What's happening there?
They're very excited.
A little pent-up frustration, a little pent-up excitement. Nebraska.
Nice
Good
catch.
kick.
Nice catch, kid.
Elusive first win as Jacob Weinmaster.
Good play, Minnesota. Not you, Minnesota. Other Minnesota.
I wonder if what would happen if somebody. I wonder what it would be like. Let's say they get their biggest recruit, for instance. Like, let's say there's somebody that they really, really want.
Go on.
And he's like, I want to go to Minnesota. But here's the thing. I want to wear my name on the back of my jersey. Does Flex say no?
Yes.
Yeah, he says no. What? So everyone wears Minnesota, and then one guy has his name.
Tweety. Ryan,
What?
He doesn't think. He agrees with me.
you agree with so then Fleck would be like, I don't want you 5-star recruit because you won't.
Well, what he might do is put everybody's name on their jersey.
Yeah, that's the other
Yeah,
option.
that's
but
probably what he would do
Yeah.
because he's a phony.
no, I don't think so. I think he would.
He's phony.
You think he
baloney.
turns him down?
I think he.
Then if
turns
he
it down.
turns him down, then I actually do think he's all right. But I think he wouldn't turn him down.
I
How
think
many
that's a weird
Cs?
thing for a 5-star to ask.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think it'll ever come up.
Why? He's like, listen, man.
That's true. They
Here's
ask
the
for
thing.
money.
I'm a businessman. I want to be a businessman. I want to be an NFL player. I want my name out there. You know, I'm gonna
That's
do.
not
I'm,
how you become an NFL
I'm
player.
I'm gonna do great things, and I want people to know my name.
He's gonna say we've only got one name. We've only got room for one brand on this team.
Minnesota.
and then
And then you can have it on.
every one of these kids legally change their name to Minnesota, and you won't.
What, coach? We did what? I legally changed all your names to Minnesota. When you filled out your paperwork, there was a name change thing in there.
God, you guys read these things.
Yeah,
for Christ's
man,
sake.
you're no last name. You're all just named Minnesota. You're gonna have a lot of trouble filling out applications the rest of your life. No, we already had a Minnesota apply for this job. Yeah, I played with him.
Yeah.
He's pretty good. Let's run some clock.
Yeah, let's run some clock.
And here's a question I'd like to ask to see if you are listening at this point. All right, this touchdown here, 46-28.
You're going to say what I'm about to say. What's wrong with you?
No.
Oh,
Well, that's implied. But tweet us and let us know that you made it this far in. Want to
he-
make a dollar bet, Tweety?
and let's have a code word.
No, just say I listened to the end of the
Podcast
of the Minnesota special podcast.
and
And the code word is what? Hashtag Tweety Boodly Doodly?
hashtag slit his throat.
No, don't hashtag that. Boodly Doodly.
Hey, you're not funny, Mike.
Tweety, you should have finished your caffeine.
I don't have any caffeine.
The
Don't you have your
Coca-Cola, man.
Coca-Cola?
It's gone.
You chugged that already?
Did nothing.
Going for two.
Oh, nice
Oh,
tackle.
you get nothing, and you like it.
Nice.
If I had a
tackle.
wife that loved me, she would bring me coffee.
Oh, that's
She would-
awful that
she
you would say that.
She would sense that I need it.
No.
I'm shocked. She's
not here.
She's a person with so much dignity. I've never understood her marriage to you.
Wow.
Yeah, well. So there can only be one of three things.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Let's run
I
some
don't.
clock, Huskers.
Hey, Ryan, when are you going to get new equipment in here? This is ridiculous.
We've been talking about that,
I mean, the guy keeps telling me how loaded he is.
Yeah.
but we need our Patreon. Wait, if he's so loaded, yeah. Ooh, that was a cheap
You don't
shot.
get a punch that guy. Yeah.
That was a real
great, aren't
cheap
they?
shot.
He just found my fake testicles. Mike did.
Well,
You have to keep your temper.
maybe someday you'll find your real ones.
Oh, burn.
Wait, who are you burning, me or Ryan?
I guess whoever was in line for that one.
Take a deep breath in those
But you have,
situations. I know you're frustrated.
Poor Joe. Joe doesn't like being alone at all, and his wife and daughter are out of town for 6 days. This is going to be terrible for him. He can't ever go to the movies alone. He can't
can't.
go.
You want to
eat
go see Creed tonight?
Can't go see eat a meal alone.
Can't go see Dweezil Zappa plays the music of Frank Zappa alone.
I've seen concerts alone. Go do things alone.
I would have gone alone. I thought that it was like the Greek, where it was a big outdoor thing,
Yeah.
and it was very cold and windy that night.
Oh, yeah.
It really was.
Yeah, I remember, yeah.
And I find out that it's an indoor place.
Oh.
I would have gone.
Where was it?
The Ford Theater.
Yeah, they couldn't do the Greek. They couldn't pull.
They played at the Greek with Return to Forever.
Yeah, that's because Return to Forever
Right, true.
was the.
headliner. They were opening. I didn't know.
Did I tell you I got tickets to see King Crimson's 50th anniversary next September?
Whoa. Oh yeah, wasn't it like $90?
It was $100.
Where are they playing?
The Greek.
I haven't heard of any of this stuff.
Were those the expensive seats?
No, expensive seats were $500. Those were these are the seats that are right. Like the first.
Yes.
Like it's basically
Where we
like,
got yelled at for Steely Dan?
No, yeah, but we were in we'll be like right toward the bottom of that.
That's still expensive.
Yeah, it's bad. It's a 50th anniversary show though. It's kind of cool.
Who are you going with?
Dassey, Fendrich.
Why didn't you guys
Dassey
call me for
as
that?
in-
Because we've asked you for a number of times,
Yeah, you're right.
and you've said no every time.
You talking about Dassey and
That's
then Bob
expensive.
Dassey?
Yeah,
That is expensive for
Is he
King
fun or is
Crimson.
he a douche?
he's a great guy.
Oh, he's very nice.
He's a blast.
I wouldn't have thought he was such a prog head. Although, who do you think is a prog head?
Well, I mean, he was a Genesis fan too as a young guy, like the old Genesis.
Oh, Susan liked old Genesis too, which is weird.
No,
No, not
old
that.
Genesis.
Old Genesis of like
Peter
mystical fairy
yeah.
and 25-minute like epic
Peter
Hobbit
Gabriel
songs.
when he was the lead singer.
They were a prog band. Very weird transformation for both bands actually.
I don't
afterwards.
know. I don't know that their music with him that much.
It's very like epic and
is it
it's like yes,
Lion
but not
Ron,
as good.
White
Who's that
guy
guy?
star.
That guy's somebody. Who is that guy? It's a weird guy.
Yeah. See, the thing about Yes and certainly Crimson is they could rock really hard.
Yes, very heavy. And Genesis was not on that.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, they were on the folkier side. Not folky, but like Gentle Giant.
The gentler side of
Yes.
Prague? Okay.
Do you think that? So you know those spark tests?
Yes.
The what?
Athletic tests.
Yeah. Do you think that an adult could take one?
What are those?
It's how they grade high school kids coming out of high school to go into college football.
It's an athletic, like it's your.
It's like your
It's like an
measurables.
overall number for your athletic ability, all combined into one.
Who grades it? Who does it?
Spark, like Nike.
It's
Does every kid do it if they're going like to
The smart ones do.
Well, if you want to show off your athleticism, I think it's kind of a registering a number of your jumping and strength and explosiveness. They try to
okay.
quantify it. So for a guy whose film may not promise as much, that might help.
Ah.
It's like having a high SAT and bad grades.
Oh, sure. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. So
Well, it's almost like the combine then. I mean, there's in the NFL combine.
Sure, it's very
There's
similar.
guys who do really well
Oh,
there.
that's the
Okay,
exact.
okay, that makes sense then. Or why
But,
are you
uh,
asking, Ryan?
because I
wants
was
to
thinking I'd
take
like
it.
to take the spark test. See how I would measure
Okay.
in a recruit full of high school kids.
So the first thing I would do,
Oh.
I think that's actually a really fun experiment. Do you know any athletic directors at high schools?
no.
You could easily get
Well-
a guy in Nebraska to give
Sure,
you the
even
spark
like
test.
what
Oh,
about
yeah,
like,
Nebraska I
Like
could.
Pat's, isn't Pat's brother?
He's a high school coach.
Better throw, and that's a touchdown.
He'd be got to talk about
Next year, that's a
First with
touchdown.
it.
He was faster than Martinez thought he was. He got down the field, Washington, faster than Martinez thought. He could have thrown it to the back of the end zone, and Washington would have. See?
Are the how's the off season? These guys are like working out and crazy in the
Right
off
now,
season.
well,
right?
they have finals this week, I think.
Okay.
Winter conditioning, and then spring conditioning, and then fall conditioning, right? Summer conditioning.
There's hair
They
conditioning.
seem better conditioned
Skin
than the
conditioning.
rival teams too.
Well, much
Oh, for
better.
sure.
And
Not
as the
even
season
close.
went on, they seem much better
Right.
conditioned.
I mean, well, that's that's how
yes.
you know.
Well, they were
Right.
fading at the end of games early on. See his strength. Oh, that was a nice hit. That's one of those plays where Washington stayed up too long and ended
Yeah.
up getting hurt.
Is he is he a true freshman?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
wow.
came in like a week before the first game.
Yeah, Ohio State wanted that guy. I mean, he's
That's why that guy Bell left.
yeah.
Because he's like, oh, this guy's better
Well,
than
no,
me.
I think Bell left because Ozigbo overtook him.
Oh, yeah. Bell was not as good as Ozigbo. Ozigbo, really, this was Ozigbo's...
Bell could have been as good as Ozigbo, but he didn't want to.
No,
I was reading
he
something
put
about
in the work. He just didn't have
exactly.
the athletic ability.
Well, I was
Yeah.
reading something on one of the boards about why hasn't Bell signed, and they said, well, do you really want to take a guy for a year who doesn't want to fight for a starting position?
Yeah, right.
You know, like, what is that? How's that
Yeah.
gonna
Did he
help?
get there?
No, I think he stepped. Or no, they gave it to him. I think, as it turns out.
Hey, is
Nope, first and goal.
Wilbon on this team still? I mean, is
He's
he a senior?
graduating.
Yeah, but he wasn't even suiting up towards the.
No,
It's
oh,
a
yeah,
shame.
he's out.
I thought I had big high hopes for that guy. I thought he was going to be something.
That's just because you like PTI.
Yeah, it's true.
They're recruiting a guy this year named Tony Kornheiser.
Smells nice in here.
It does. What happened?
I don't know. What did you guys spray?
Is the
you
arena
spray
cooking
something?
something?
The arena probably just came by and sprayed something because it smells like canal-y.
Smells
Man
really
ass.
good. Wow, what a beatdown. All right,
It
can-
was a beatdown.
Can we just fast forward and be done?
We can't do that, Mike. You owe the watchers
There's only
and the
like
listeners
9 more minutes.
How many people watch these things? Like 6?
No, like 150.
Really?
Yeah.
We get 150 views of these?
Yeah, I think so.
Man,
Wow.
my friend Eric got 3.3 million views when he was talking about the Avengers trailer.
Really?
Yeah, he's part of some like thing that
Nerd
like,
thing?
Yeah, they get all kinds of Patreons and stuff,
No, that's the way to do it.
and they have sponsorship too. Like,
Well, we
like
have sponsorship, or we did.
what's wrong?
Nothing.
Why you seem so sad?
I'm tired, bud.
Buddy, you gotta buck up for these things. We're here standing.
Yeah, we're standing.
Now, to be fair, Mike tagged in and Pat tagged out. But I've been here riding with you the whole time, bro.
Did you guys do the podcast together too? You're
Actually-
here because you're afraid to be alone. That's why you stayed.
It's true. I got nothing
Poor
to do.
guy. He's afraid to be alone.
I don't mind being alone as much because I realize most people aren't worth hanging out with.
Well, maybe you're realizing that now. You should go see a movie alone. It's a blast.
No way.
Go on a Friday
get-
night.
you know
You
how
should, you
like-
should try
Go see
jerking.
like a teen movie on a Friday night
get
for the
s-
opening.
I get scared at
Go
movies.
see like a kids movie, so it's just you and a bunch of 8-year-olds.
No way. I would still get scared at that. They're so loud, movies.
They're loud. So what is it? What is the person sitting next to you going to do? Help you? Help you get less scared?
If I'm jumping by myself in a movie theater, someone's going to call the cops on me.
No, they're going to be like, hey, look at that cow.
Look at that guy on drugs. They're going to be like, that guy's
chicken.
all like tweaking out.
Oh, that could be.
What
yeah.
kind of people get scared in movies at
That's
noises?
true. And if they see like your face, they'll
Yeah.
be like, oh yeah, he's definitely
My wife gets scared of movies.
8 days, no sleep.
So you're like my wife, kind of.
She gets scared of movies too?
Yeah.
The noises, they're so loud.
That's not what it is.
What
As
is
if she's
it?
a coward.
Wait, so you're just saying walking into the movie theater she gets scared?
No, I'm saying that just generally that's what scares her. Is if
No.
her cowardice, like yours.
No, I don't
What
think
kind of
so.
movies are we talking about? Mary Poppins?
Yeah,
type
Mary
movies?
Poppins.
Mary Poppins
No, like
mostly.
Many Faces of Death. What kind of movies are you talking about?
Do you go to that movie? You take your wife to that movie?
I don't think it's called Many Faces of Death. I think it's just Faces of Death.
Oh. I don't know what it's called.
I gotta say, Ryan, your contributions to this
Yeah, you're a thumbs
bonus
down.
episode have been
You're
really,
a thumbs down.
really.
I brought you guys Ultimate Lawyer.
That's good.
That's true. Oh, he's been writing that the whole time.
Oh, he's
It
like-
did exhaust you, and you did bring us pizza.
Yeah.
Not Mike. Mike got no
I
pizza.
didn't want no pizza.
That's a nice score right there.
Anthony's futsal went way better.
His futsal.
Well,
Was this the score of his
understood the
futsal game?
No, it was they lost on penalty kicks. They did a penalty shootout.
What?
And yeah, he gave up.
Do they have a goalie?
Well, at the end they do penalty. They just the kids. Well, I like the way they did it.
They rotate?
Yep. Anthony was being a ham and like doing that, like try to distract it, and the kid just kicked it right through him. And then the kid actually made a nice save on Anthony's kick. They lost.
Well, that's where you tell Anthony, don't do no tricks.
He was having fun. I don't care.
No, you tell him cocky
There'll
like
be
Conor
no fun.
McGregor.
There'll be no fun.
No, explain to him that it's best to be
I don't
Conor
have to say
McGregor.
anything. He just won't sleep on a bed tonight.
Yeah, he'll get the message.
Get the message. He's sleeping in
No
a
food.
dark closet.
Conor McGregor, tell him it's more fun to be Conor McGregor than it is to be Khabib.
Yeah, but see, Conor McGregor though, his father was very like against him doing any of that stuff. Oh, you're saying my son should be in the MMA? I think he'd be too big for the MMA.
No. Yeah. No, I'm saying that your son should be more like an evil
Why aren't
villain.
they running the
He's
clock
a sweet
there?
kid.
That was not a first down. That was a crappy call.
You know what's gonna happen, Ryan?
Dude, he's your kid. He's going to grow up to be a psycho.
No, I'm a nice enough guy.
No, you're a psycho. You're a psychopath.
This is
Why is Minnesota still trying here?
Yeah, I mean that Minnesota's trying, but the rest of the Minnesota aren't trying.
To the problem all game.
It's been a problem.
See, anyone who does listen will get a couple chuckles here at the end. Make it worth it.
Boy, look at all these computer screens he has. He is. I feel like I've walked into the Palace of Versailles.
They didn't have computers
Yeah,
there.
none.
Oh.
Zero.
I don't even think they do now.
Did you ever, Ryan? When you went to
Oh,
Russia?
we're gonna get him.
When you went to Russia, Ryan, did you go to St. Petersburg at all?
No. We were going to, but then we didn't.
I'd like to see that.
Good story.
What's that great museum there? The Hermitage.
Hermitage Museum
Yeah,
is
I'd like
one of
to
the
see
greatest
that.
in the world.
That's why I like to see that.
Yeah.
There's a room made of the whole room is made of amber.
Oh, really?
Yep. The amber room.
Wow.
Did you go to Moscow, Ryan?
We stayed in Moscow the whole time.
You stayed in Moscow.
So they didn't go there.
Yeah, because
They
St.
stayed
Petersburg
there.
is like 12 hours from Moscow. or
Oh,
something.
yeah.
No, there's just a quick flight.
Oh.
It's a 12-hour walk.
Yeah. It'd be like walking from here to. Walking from here to like West Hollywood.
No,
Over the hill.
It's not. It's
that'd be a pretty long walk.
Yeah, it
That would be a long walk, yeah.
From here to West Hollywood?
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
geez.
from
like
here,
20
yeah, 'cause
miles?
he lives so far away. I know.
Yeah, you'd have to
That
go
take
up over
Mike
the hill.
at least 20 miles.
What do you
take
take
Mike at least 2
Sepulveda?
days.
You take Sepulveda probably.
Yeah,
the whole way.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you go up over the hill.
Oh yeah.
You'd probably have to end up walking all the way around because you'd have to go over. Oh, you'd have to
You
take
go-
Laurel Canyon or something.
Yeah,
and
you'd
couldn't-
walk, or you'd walk up, but you'd take Beverly Glen maybe.
Sepulveda.
Right. Which is Laurel Canyon.
Yeah, this is great listening right here. Roads of
Roads of
the Valley.
No, because we were going to go see. My favorite play is a Chekhov play called The Seagull.
Oh yeah,
So we were
Jonathan Livingston Seagull.
Yeah. But this one was actually starring Steven Seagal.
Was it really?
No,
That'd be awesome if
that
that was.
would.
No, so we went in Russia.
Steven
Well,
Seagal.
he
only was
in
speaking
the
English.
Seagull.
He lives in Russia.
Yeah,
No, he lives in. No.
No,
Yeah,
dude,
he
he
is.
lives
He's-
in Russia because
he's a
over
Russian-
there. He's basically because
it
he's
was like
had so
Japan
many
or like
sexual harassment
Okinawa or
things
something
against
like
him
that.
that if he comes back to this country, he might get arrested.
That's true.
He's a bad dude.
You know what he studies?
Krav Maga.
Krav Maga.
He does.
Yeah. Don't touch him.
It's saying it's only 7 miles to my house. No way.
Yeah, it's not that far. But you're
Yeah, it's 7 miles,
But you have
Mike. It's
weak
straight.
legs.
You just take
you have weak
victory.
legs. Is the problem? 7 miles, you wouldn't be able
it
to
wants
do
me
it.
on Buena Vista the whole time. It does not want me on the highway. How
Yeah.
interesting.
Don't plot your distance home. We've
just
got
wanna- I
40
just
good
wanna get
seconds
outta
left
here.
to go.
Congratulations, Frost, on your first win.
Yes, it's nice to see this again. That is the one. I'd say that's the best thing about these bonus episodes, from my perspective, is these are games I'm probably not going to watch again.
Right. It's not like it's a national championship game or something. Right.
But it's a
right.
good. This is a program-defining game. That is for sure. They're not going to call timeout, are they?
No.
Please.
It's the first good coaching move of the game, Fleck.
Yeah.
He's going to call on it with 5 seconds left
Yeah.
Okay,
to get
guys.
Frost as a extra man on the field.
All right. So for the final 19 seconds, what was the best bit of the day?
I still think it was the
Lawyer?
ultimate lawyer.
Yeah.
Lawyer, yeah.
Yeah, I give it
agree.
to you, Ryan.
Thanks.
Although he
Sometime-
did stop at that point.
I don't know. I felt like the Steven Seagal.
Oh, that was a good late save. It was so accidental, though, but that's fine.
So
that
is
was
the
real
ultimate
late.
lawyer.
No,
Everything he does is
no. The
accidental.
lawyer, he pitched that a few times, actually.
Yeah,
But
before.
Oh, well, it worked this time finally?
what's this? Well,
Yeah.
thanks, Mike, from our mother. That's pretty...
What was that?